Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I am your host, Axel1324.
And I'm coolcatterri.
And I'm Dreadpool.
Oh, there he is.
And
Meow.
I'm Eternal Shaddai.
That's right. Wow, this is a rare occasion indeed. It must be Christmas. Dreadpool is here. On camera, I mean, is what I mean. Yes, it is Christmas Eve. We have rainy weather here where I'm at, so it is currently raining. And as we all know, the incredible Texas power grid sometimes just likes to fail. So if I lose everybody, I'm sorry. And it will take hours before it comes back. So if I leave, I'm sorry, guys. My bad. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it is Christmas Eve. Terry, are you excited for Christmas Eve? Are you excited to tear open those presents?
I don't have any to tear open, but I mean, I am. It's still nice, time of year and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're not celebrating. We're not doing any kind of like gift exchanging or anything like that. But yeah, it's still a good time of year. We're gonna just spend the time together, and watch some movies and stuff, all that kind of thing.
Nice.
Keep it simple.
Dreadpool, are you excited to open some Christmas presents? To open whatever death dealer got you?
Yes, I am. There's many surprises I bought that I don't know what I bought.
You don't know what you bought. You haven't looked at the bills yet, huh?
I have not looked at the bills yet. But I do. I'm more excited to see Tiny Giant's face. So
Yes.
yeah, that's to me now. That's the newest excitement. Is more to see what I can surprise Death Dealer with, and what I can really surprise Tiny Giant with, or at least we can surprise. So
Right, and we'll talk about what you got them next week, because I don't want to ruin their surprises.
oh no, we can't do that. Tiny Giant's awake and Death Dealer's somewhere lurking about. So yeah, we kind of.
I would laugh if you started to say what she was getting. Death Dealer just chokes you out from behind. That'd be great. Shaddai, are you excited for Christmas?
I actually opened them yesterday.
What the heck? Okay, well, what did you get?
Just close. That's all.
Just close. I hope whoever got you that close knows that they did bad. They did bad.
No. Just close. And for myself, well, a game. That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. What game did you get yourself?
Warhammer 40K, right? I
Which
said it
one?
correctly? There you go.
Yes.
Rogue Trader.
Rogue Trader?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I've heard of that one.
Just came out not too long ago.
I'll have to watch the trailer sometime. But guys, in the chat, let us know what you're doing for Christmas. And speaking of the chat, let's check in. Of course, we got my good friend Doggy Dog joining us. He says, Merry Christmas Eve, my gaming fam. Hey, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Doggy Dog, you are the real MVP. Your Wicked Hot joins us. He says, good morning, everyone, and happy Xmas Eve. Hey, thank you so much, Your Wicked Hot. Merry Xmas Eve to you as well. You are the real MVP. Mike Mullis is here. He says, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Hey, thank you so much. Not Mike Mullis. Sorry, this is Carlo. I don't know why I thought Mike Mullis. It's Carlos. I'm getting all of you kids mixed up. Okay, I'm not Santa. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Sith Lord comes in. Shout out to Sith Lord. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. We got, of course, Happy Cloud Gamer here. He says, here in Norway, we have the big day when we eat with the family and Santa arrives with gifts at the door in the evening and small children are afraid of Santa. All this today, the 24th, not the 25th. Wow. So have a Merry Christmas. Hey, thank you so much. You have yourself a Merry Christmas as well. You are the real MVP. That's cool. In Norway, that Santa comes to the door. Brandon Foltz joins us. Shout out to Brandon Foltz. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And let's see, we have Web Dave joining us. Thank you so much for joining us, Web Dave. You are the real MVP. He says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Web Dave. So yeah, Brandon Foltz. Axel out here living in a third country. Yeah, well, Texas is its own place. If you're here, Texas, even though we're a state, we do still consider ourselves our own thing. Let's see. And shout out to the Game Complainers. He says, yo, Dreadpool, what's going on, Game Complainers? Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Let's see. Sith Lord has a good point. Maybe Santa failed drops, so maybe games tonight. Yeah. When they finish the acquisition of Bethesda, they started dropping games, a lot of them, around the holidays season. So we'll see. We'll see. And yes, do what Web Dave tells you guys. Hit the like button. We really appreciate you, and it helps us get discovered on the gaming section of YouTube, especially for the live shows. We really appreciate all those thumbs up, guys. And shout out to Cyber Gunther. Thank you so much for joining us, Cyber Gunther. You are the real MVP. He says, Eternal Shaddai became a Bills fan last night. For real.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he wasn't a Bills fan when the Broncos beat him. That's right. Never going to stop that one. Let's see. And Dan, the man Cunningham, joins us. He says, Merry Christmas, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hey, thank you so much. You are the real MVP. We are doing good. And I believe that is everybody. If I missed you in chat, I apologize. I try to catch everybody, but let's get the show started. So, as there was a huge news, but it wasn't technically Xbox news this week, but we're going to try to make this Xboxy anyway. So, up first, guys, in 2023, Xbox released 50, that's right, 50 day one Game Pass releases, everybody. And man, what a year. Of course, starting with that shadow drop of Hi-Fi Rush during the Xbox Developer Direct. That was awesome. Of course, you got Ink Ulinati, like Illuminati? Ink. Can someone say that fast? Inkulunati? Yeah. Atomic Hearts. All right, so we're going to go with the first 10. So we got Atomic Hearts, Wulong, The Show 2023, Infinite Guitars, Everspace 2, Minecraft Legends, Coffee Talk, and Homestead Arcana. So out of these 10s, I played Hi-Fi Rush, Wulong, and Minecraft Legends. Which one of those 10 did you play, Terry? If you played any.
I played Hi-Fi. I played Atomic Heart, The Show.
Oh, The Show. I didn't take you for a sports person.
Dude, I loved The Show.
Really? Huh.
Oh, I love this show too.
I played Everspace, and I think that's it for that. That's it.
All right. So Terry got, what was that, 4? Yeah. 4 of the first 10. 4 of the first 10. All right. Dread, which 4 did you play?
Does it count if I downloaded them?
No, you actually had to play them.
Surprisingly, actually not surprisingly, but Minecraft Legends. Surprisingly, the Coffee Talk I started and just never even bothered. It was just like, once I got into it, I was like, nah. But that's it, really. I did download Hi-Fi Rush. I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't care. I downloaded Atomic Heart. I downloaded Wukong. I downloaded The Show.
Lots of downloads.
So yeah, but it's sometimes it's funny how you get a chance to get these games to play, but you never sometimes get a chance to play. But it's good. It's a good thing that
So Dreadpool's over there trying to start his own backup Game Pass server, downloading everything.
That's why I have 16 terabytes of hard drive space that's full.
Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine.
And I got an 18 terabyte hard drive coming in next year. Yeah, it's supposed to be here by now, but it's got delayed till January 4th.
Oh, I see. All right, and then okay, so what about you, Shaddai? Those first 10, which ones did you play?
Okay, my question is this: is there a time frame? Like, no, okay, I played 10 minutes
this year, I guess, because they all released this year.
I mean, as long as you actively moved your character around, I guess.
Because let's put a 30-minute time limit. You have to have played them for at least 30 minutes in 2023.
30. Well, I did probably 2 hours, but okay. I play Hi-Fi Rush, Atomic Heart, Wulong, and I also play MLB The Show 23. Those are my 4 for the first one.
All right. Out of all those, Wulong was by far my favorite. I just love that fast-paced action, hack and slash style it is. And yes, it is a hack and slash. It's a Souls light. Okay. It's difficult in its own way. It's more Ninja Gaiden difficult than Souls difficult.
I couldn't beat the first boss.
You gotta get good.
You mean he needs to be? No, he needs to get a little bit easy. He be whooping me.
He was easy. Trust me, that guy was easy in comparison to what you would run into later on.
It took me like almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Good God, man! Hero
with the same move. I'm like, no.
Hero was mad at like after 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm gonna get this guy. Of course I did, because I always do.
I even YouTube it to see if there is something easy.
Just gotta get good. Just gotta get good, my friend. All right, so Shaddai is not ninja enough to play these games, apparently. It's all right. Coffee Talk is right there for you, Eternal Shaddai.
Oh, yeah. That's what we need right
now. Let's see. Doggy Dog says, Hi-Fi Rush was excellent. Shout out to Lost Boomer. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. We'll talk about Ravenlock here in a little bit. Cyber Gunther and Cocoon, I'm sure. And Doggy Dog says, Peppermint, Merry Christmas, my love. If you don't know who Peppermint is, she's the lady from Hi-Fi Rush. And Doggy Dog says, Sea of Stars is so good, too. Try it out if you like old school RPGs. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. At coolcatterri loves baseball but hates Dreadpool. She doesn't hate Dreadpool, does she?
I don't hate that.
No, she hates
Dreadpool.
Deadpool. That's right, Deadpool.
I don't hate that.
I heard
Dreadpool.
that you hated Deadpool too.
Exactly, Deadpool. Yeah.
That's the way I heard it. It.
Wow.
And she paused it too.
Gunther's getting messy in here. Getting messy in here, buddy. Let's see. I tried Coffee Talk, couldn't get into it. And Lost Boomer says Atomic Heart and Wulong, I think is what you meant. The game complainer says Texas Chainsaw. There you go. Graphic God says, good morning, Xbox. Shout out to Graphic God. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. Cyber Gunther still hasn't beat Atomic Heart. It's okay. It's okay.
Too powerful for you,
Holy
Cyber.
Cow. My wife is level 53 in Texas Chainsaw. Wow. Wow. Lost Boomer is doing just like Dreadpool. He has 17 terabytes and 530 games downloaded. Holy cow. Yeah. Let's see. Guys, you guys are over here comparing the size of your hard drives.
Well, even with 17 terabytes, you know, if you think about it, you just download one Call of Duty game, and that's pretty much all your hard drive.
That's right.
These days, right?
That's right. What comes after a terabyte? What's 1,000 terabytes? I don't know, but I'm sure we'll get there soon. A petabyte. That's right. A petabyte.
Yeah, petabyte.
Yeah. Shout out to Shea Walker. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the real MVP. He says, I played 10 of them on that list. That's awesome. And shout out to you, Wicked Hot again. Hello, Dread and Axel, by the way. Let's go Broncos. I hope you guys beat my Patriots today.
Oh, God.
I want that pick. Yeah.
Well, oh, God.
Yeah.
He wants his Pats to lose?
Yeah, so he gets a better draft pick.
He gets a better pick, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He gets a better start next year.
To root against your team, though, man.
Well, once you get to a certain point,
sometimes you gotta put this season away and start thinking about next season. Being a Broncos fan, I was there when we only won 2 games one season, so yeah.
And I'm still a Bears fan, so
oh God.
Yeah.
The Broncos' leg is going to be broken later.
Coffee, Dreadpool.
Bears, they're still living off their high of 85.
You know? Dang. You know,
I am still high on 85.
Do you prefer Chicago
the
pizza,
Bears.
You also prefer the Chicago Bears?
The Bears.
Did you just say Chicano Bears?
Chicago Bears. They might be the Chicano Bears. They don't know play football.
That's what
that's
happened.
That's how they say it over in Cicero. Okay.
See, that's why they were making fun of me with saying Caribbean.
I tell you, if I still had a Bear shirt from back then that would fit, I'd be wearing it. But you know, back then I was like 12, so it would be like a little tight on me. It'd be turned into a half shirt.
Oh my goodness! Well,
moving on.
The Bears. The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bills.
The Bills. Oops.
Kid, cause a saint.
Seats combustion in. So, anyways, guys. All right. So let's see. The Bears. Yes, the Bears. Let's see. Cyber Gunther says he played Hi-Fi Rush, Wulong, Everspace 2, Benedict, Redfall, Planet Alana, Venba, and Lies of P. And he also recommends you play RoboCop right now.
I want to play that. That looks awesome.
And the Game Complainer says he's snagging a bunch of Xbox games today on the countdown sale. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Bears. And he thinks the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl. You know what? They're up there, man. I think they're the best team right now.
Yeah, until somebody.
As long as they don't face the Chiefs or the Baltimore Ravens or literally anybody else who has beat them in the Super Bowl recently.
Remember, Remember, the 49ers playing today against the Raisins.
The
California
Raisins.
The Raisins? The Ravens.
Yeah, exactly that one. Baltimore Raisins.
Raisins.
I thought you meant the. Okay, so. All right, guys, I'm just kidding. Hopefully this poll shows up. There's been a lot of problems with the polls, but we'll see. All right, so that was the first tier. That was up to April. What day was it? April 21st. So on to the second row, we got Cassette Beast, the something case of Benedict Fox. I can't really read it. Redfall, Ravenlock, Fuga 2, Ghost Lore, Planet of Lana, Railway Empire 2, Fall World Pioneers, and holy crap.
That's the title of it? Holy crap.
Slayers Cross. I don't know, whatever that is. I have no idea what that is.
Look like medieval.
I have no idea what that is.
What are you looking at?
The Slayers Cross something.
The last one on the second row.
Oh,
Yeah, the last one on the second row. Slayers Cross something.
Fire World Pioneers.
All right, hold on.
Whatever that is.
Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm going to get this. Hold on. We're going to figure out what this is together.
Slayers X.
Slayer.
Terminal Aftermath. Vengeance of the Slayer. Wow. Okay.
Is that still in Game Pass?
I have no idea.
I don't.
Possibly.
Wow.
All right. All right. So out of this row, I played Railway Empire 2. That's it. That's all I played.
Of course, you gotta,
I can tell you I wanted to play more games like Ravenlock and stuff. I just never got an opportunity to. And Fuga 2 looked kind of cool. But Railway Empire 2, that's the only one I played. Cool Cat, which ones did you play?
For this one, I did Redfall and Ravenlock. And I recommend both of them, despite how people feel about Redfall. If you haven't played it when it first came out, you won't have that experience now. So go ahead and try it. But yeah, it's fun. And Ravenlock is really good. Highly recommend.
Yeah. Brandon Foltz says, you forgot the zero option, homie. No, I did not. I excluded it on purpose. If you didn't play one of these 50 titles this year as a Game Pass subscriber, I guess you're not doing anything wrong, but man, how could you pass up on 50 games, 50 day one titles? But yeah. And Lost Boomer says he got 1,000 G's on Ravenlock. Wow.
Nice.
Dreadpool, which ones did you play here?
Take the S off. I only played one. But at least I beat it technically.
Yeah, hey, as long as you win, right?
Redfall. Yeah.
Redfall. Okay. Shaddai, what did you play on the second list? Tier 2.
I know I downloaded Benedict Fox. Never got the chance to play it.
Yeah, it looked so interesting, but I did not play it.
Yeah. I play Redfall, Ravenlock, and Planet of Lana. Ravenlock is special. Ravenlock is really, really special. I felt like if it was Alice in Wonderland for some reason. So I like Ravenlock. Very unusual for indie to be that popular.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go.
Power Game Pass.
All right. So let's see. On to tier 3, we could have Amnesia the Bunker, Dordogne, whatever. Dordogne. I don't know how to say that word.
Dogna.
Dordogne.
Dogna.
All right. The Bookwalker, Exoprimal, Tectonica, Venbu, Quake 2 Remake, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. Sea of Stars.
Did he say massacre instead of massacre?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
He said Venbu as well, which is not right. But
where? Is it not how you say Venbu?
That's an A at the end.
That's an A?
It's a Venba. Venba.
Sorry, Daisy.
Yo, today is not his day.
That's a weed covering it right there.
Venba.
Venba. All right.
Venba.
Oh man, all the mispronunciations on the show brought to you for free, guys. For free. This entertainment is free.
Yes.
All right. So of course, I played my Starfield. It didn't need to be on Game Pass for me to play it, but I did. I played some Quake 2 as well.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah. Sorry. I played some Quake 2 as well.
The silent game. I get it.
And I downloaded Sea of Stars, but I haven't gotten around to it. So yeah, there you go. coolcatterri.
Yes, I did Exoprimal, hated it, and then I also did Starfield. It was me.
It was mid. What? Wow.
But I beat it.
Wow. We're gonna go ahead and mute Terry right now with all her blasphemy.
Dude, that ending was weak.
She didn't play enough.
The real game starts in New Game Plus because you can use the Starfield, the Starborn option.
Still, if you have to beat the game for the game to beat the game, that's stupid.
I think it adds to it, but that's just me. And Quake 2, it looked phenomenal. It's a great remake. But it is still Quake 2, and it's fast. Definitely not meant for cloud gaming. Just letting you guys know. Shaddai, where are you on tier 3?
Okay, I play Exoprimal. I'm like, yes. For some reason, it makes me feel like I'm playing Lost Planet.
Dude, I wanted to love that game, but to have to replay the same mission on mass repeat before you can unlock anything killed it for me. I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah, but it's like the same map. I'm like, really? Again?
The same map. And it's like, it's just no.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Leave it outside. What else? Oh, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I play that. Not bad, but it's a reskin of what Dead by Daylight. So it's like whatever. I play Sea of Stars. Pretty interesting. Since I like RPGs anyways. And I play Starfield, even though I dealt with some crazy bugs. I think a month ago I sent you something, Axel, that my guy was missing, and it was only the spacesuit.
Yeah.
That was a horrible
he was missing
bug.
his face inside the spacesuit. Yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, I stopped playing it because I'm like, let's see if they're gonna fix it. But I play those games for tier 3. I didn't play Venbu, even though I have downloaded it.
Venba. All right. What about you, Dreadpool? What do you play?
Well, you would think Amnesia would have been the ones, but it was a definite download, but I missed out on that one. But I did play Exoprimal. Had fun with the community. When I first started playing it, it was kind of iffy, but yeah, when you play with friends, totally game changer. At least for the game, it is. You have more fun, and then obviously teamwork and all that. Great. Quake 2, you gotta play it. You as you said, it's a fast game. Cloud is sketchy. When you
the best way to play Quake is still mouse and keyboard, because the precise aiming you got to do is crazy.
Yeah, the speed and the aiming. Yeah, you just
mouse and keyboard all
you
the way.
need it.
Just slow it down.
What? Nobody's gonna play it on your potato toaster.
You slow it down.
You
get handed it to you. So yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Of course, we got to play that one, and Starfield. I mean, I cannot play Redfall without playing Starfield.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Sure you can't.
No. If I played Redfall, I'm definitely playing Starfield.
My man.
That 30 frames a second does not affect me, and it's just funny how Spider-Man is so good.
Triple, you are the real MVP. Yeah. Cheers. Merry Christmas, Dreadpool. Bah humbug, Terry. Now, let's check in with the chat real quick. Lost Boomer says, I find 60 FPS to be too fast. Oh, okay. Cyber Gunther says, Assassin's Creed Mirage is good. Started playing it earlier this morning. Oh, Terry might.
There you go, man. I beat that game. It's good. The ending sucks, though. Beware. But the rest of the game, gold.
What about the commercials?
And the Game says, Axel, are you playing Christmas Nights this week, Axel? So I don't have Christmas Nights into Dreams. I haven't because I can find the disc, but I want the case. And every case I find is broken to shreds, and I refuse to pay money for it. So I want like a better case. So I do not have Christmas Nights into Dreams, unfortunately. And Journey into Dreams is like becoming one of those games. And I'm just like, oh man, I really want it. But yeah, game complainers. I have Nights into Dreams, but I do not have Christmas Nights or Journey.
I think we have a solution for you, but we'll have to keep that
we'll do it off the air.
Private.
Yeah. So let's see. I played Planet of Lara. I got stuck. Need to go back. I think it means Planet of Lana. And shout out to RWK88 who joined us. Thank you so much for joining us. Merry Christmas, and you are the real MVP. And Cyber Gunther says, "Where's Starfield? It's right there. It's right there." 2Pat Stack 7. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, "Merry Christmas, everyone." Hey, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And Cyber Gunther says, Extra Primal, another awesome game. There you go. And Game Complainers, Quake 2 all the way. Venmo. The Bears. And shout out to Splendiferous. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, greetings. Greetings. What's going on? Let's see. Chair Walker from the first row. So tier 1, as I'm calling it, is Hi-Fi Rush, Wulong, MLB The Show, and Coffee Talk. Okay. Lost Boomer says he played Starfield and TCM. What's TCM? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay. Doggy Dog says he played Exoprimal with Jago and Cyber Gunther. Let's see. Second row. Chill Walker says he played Redfall, Ravenlock, Ghost Lore, and Project Lana. Whoa, nice.
No, it's Project. You got double R's.
Right?
Project Lana.
And Chair Walker says third row, Sea of Stars and Starfield. Yeah, Starfield just took over my life.
Statfield.
Cyber Gunther says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Headbangers on Game Pass is cool. There you go. So, yeah, speaking of fourth row, here we are. Fourth row, you got Lamplighters League, Forza Motorsport. All right, so I guess we'll jump right into the fourth row now. So fourth row or tier 4, I did Liza P. I did not finish it as I was just, I don't know, for some reason I was not in the mood for a Souls game right then and there. So I did not play it. I did not finish it. Sorry, I did not play it. I did play it. I just didn't finish it. Forza Motorsport, of course. And that's it. Those are the only 2. But I downloaded City Skylines 2. And I'm very interested in Payday 3. And actually a lot. Cocoon, Lamplighters Leagues, and Headbangers. But I haven't gotten around to any of them. Only Liza P and Forza Motorsport. And Forza Motorsport looks gorgeous. Good God. Every time they make one, I can't think it could look any better. And they prove me wrong every time. Terry.
Okay, so for the fourth row, I have a lot of these games downloaded, but I haven't tried them. So I can only take credit for Party Animals.
Oh, okay. I wanted to play that so bad.
I hated it.
Oh my God. I want to get like a group together and play it.
Yeah.
I played it with a bunch of friends, and like, yeah, I just don't find.
Is it because you got your butt whooped every time?
No, I just don't find the game fun.
Hey,
no chaos, organized chaos for Terry.
I didn't like Fall Guys either, but Fall Guys is a lot more fun than Party Animals, in my opinion.
Okay.
Hey, it was, part of the, what is it called, family game in the Video Games Awards. So for some reason, it was nominated.
There you go. So what did you play on the fourth row there, Shaddai?
I played a lot of Liza P. Love it. Love the imagery, the way they made it.
Hold on. So you can play Liza P, but you can't play Wulong? Wulong is easier.
I was talking about the first boss. I never said that. That only the first, but I managed to beat him.
All right.
Lies of P.
Yeah.
I play Party Animals and Croissant. I haven't downloaded Croissant, but I haven't never
Croissant.
got
It's not
say
croissant,
croissant?
man.
Oh,
What
Jusant.
Jusant.
Dude, it's a French pastry over here.
Again, guys, these bad readings are free of charge. Guys, hit that like button.
I'm like, dude, he went and he got some pastries.
And I played Liza P while eating a croissant.
No, I downloaded Jusant, but I never got the chance to play because that did call my attention.
Something's that mountain climbing game, right?
Yeah. Hey, we're talking about don't nodding here. You know what I mean? But I want Croissant. I'm gonna play Croissant later.
Croissant. All right, Dreadpool.
With the flaky crust.
Yeah. the crusty mountain.
He's gonna play it one layer at a time. Dreadpool, row 4 or tier 4.
Downloaded Lies of P, but didn't even start it, which really kind of upset me. But at the same time, with the style that it is, yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna pass. I figured I would have been playing Party Animals, but I didn't. Payday 3, I played a little bit. Forza Motorsport, obviously have to play that. And surprisingly, Croissant.
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 No, I played Jusant when I was in Hawaii. So did that on the cloud, which was very good. It played very well streaming with very poor internet connection. So it wasn't that bad.
Is that hotspot?
That's good. That's good. All right, let's check in with the chat. Shout out to Crazy Great Dude. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And he says, good morning and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, Crazy Great Dude. Yeah. And Immortals of Avium, excellent game. Yeah, so sad that it's not doing better. Quake 3 on the Dreamcast FTW. You know, I played Quake 3 Arena on my Dreamcast. Loved it. Me and my friends had so much fun. It was so fast. It was insane. Let's see. Where are we? Anybody else? How is Dead Island 2?
2 thumbs up.
Yes.
It's awesome.
It's dead to me.
Oh, and the game complainer says Christmas nights can be played on the 360s backwards compatible on the Series X. There's a code on the main menu that unlocks it. What?
That's why I said we'll talk about it in the back end.
Okay, I'll have to look at it. Let's see. Only making Christmas dinner big day is 24th in Norway. Yes, here too. Let's see. I only did the demo for Liza P. I started it but didn't finish it as of yet, but I love those hard games. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And Chair Walker says he doesn't have any friends, so he couldn't play Party Animals. Oh, man. You and Shaddai should be friends.
It just Party Animal is like, I don't know. It's like beanie animals. Like, ugh.
I mean, yeah, look at Shaddai. He looks like a party animal.
Meow.
Oh, gosh.
There you go. So Split Difference says, I agree, Terry. I hate it because I always get my butt kicked. My kids kill me so easy in Party Animals. There you go. That's why Terry hates it.
I won a couple games in Party Animals. I still hate that game. It wasn't fun. Even when I won, I didn't get excited. I was like, meh.
Yeah, I have to button smash just to get up at the ice. I'm like, ugh, my hand hurts already.
The one where you have to carry the football up the hill was the one
Oh,
I always
yeah.
won that one. That one was the easiest one for me to win. But yeah, it's not fun.
Last Boomer says he played Liza P's, Cocoon, Handbangers, and Party Animals. And he says that Terry needs fun friends.
So Terry, you were playing that. So you were playing the Broncos game.
Recommend games that are good. How about that?
Oh, dang. All right, and Cyber Gunter is saying croissant and coffee talk.
Yep.
There you go.
Best combination ever.
And shout out to Jesse Darby. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, I was playing Mortal Kombat Friday night with Doggy Dog and Jago and Iceman. Yeah. That is awesome. Let's see. And shout out to Sir X-Man. Thank you so much for joining us, Sir X-Man. You are the real MVP. He says, bah humbug. Well, you know what? Bah humbug to you too, sir. All right. So there you go. All right. So let's get to the final row here. We got Football Manager 2024, RoboQuest, we have, oh geez, what is this? Dungeons 4, Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name, subs only, Spirit Tea, Coral Island, Persona 5 Tactica, SteamWorld Build, While the Iron is Hot, and Against the Storm. Is that what it says? Against the Storm?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So out of these, I have played Persona 5 Tactica. So far, I'm liking it. I played SteamWorld Build. And I was talking about this before the stream. Nothing is wrong with it. Beautiful art, beautiful gameplay. It just wasn't for me. I wasn't feeling the build. But on my list, now that they added the English sub, I want to play Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name. I really like the Like a Dragon series from Sega. It's incredible. If you haven't played it, you should. Terry.
Yeah, I actually didn't play anything from the bottom row. There's a couple that have been on my list. I just haven't gotten to them. Like Dungeons 4 is one that I want to play. I just haven't gotten to it. So yeah, the last row is a dud for me right now. I haven't been able to take advantage of any.
Okay. Well, there you go. Shaddai, row 5.
I have played none of them.
None of them. All right, none. Strikeout as well. Dreadpool.
Strike 3.
Oh!
Strike 3. Dang, this panel is out. And just like that, the panel is out. They are gone. They have struck out on the last row. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you what, Sir X-Men played Thirsty Suitor, though.
Thirsty Suitor? What is Thirsty Suitor? It's not a Game Pass Day 1.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
It's on the last row right next to Jusant.
Croissant.
Oh my God, you're right. The Thirsty Suitors. I didn't even see it. Oh my goodness. There you go.
With his ball humbug. That's why I figured he was playing that one.
There you go. Let's see. General Spartan says he's played Wulong, Warhammer 40K, Dark Tide, Dungeons 4, and Hi-Fi Rush.
That Warhammer 40,000. Yes.
It's 40K. Anyways, here we go. Let's see. And yes, do like X-Men. Hit that like and share button, everyone. Let's go. I did it. Now it's your turn. Yes, please do hit that like and share button. It helps the show, especially helps us get discovered in the gaming section of YouTube. So yeah, and Chael Walker says Persona 5 Tactica is going on my playlist this week. Like a Dragon English sub is bad, and that's why I haven't played it. Well, then I'm going to play it dubbed. Not dubbed, sorry, subbed. Yeah, the dub release this week. Yeah. And Merry Christmas panel, other than the guy that looks like a Jusant. Like a croissant. That's going to be Shaddai. Look at him. He looks like a burnt lobster.
Yeah, that Jesse Derby. The horse whisperer.
You would almost look like Santa, except you ruined it with that blue buffalo. All right, let's see. And a bless you to everyone. Shout out to Sappho. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. All right, so that is Game Pass in a nutshell for day 1. Overall, guys, 50 games day 1. Did you think Game Pass had a great year this year?
Yes.
You know what?
I had a great year from Game Pass this year.
I have a question though. But go ahead.
I was going to say, I'd say overall it had a good year. I mean, not everything's for everybody, so at least there's a variety there that even all of us pick something different, even though we pick some stuff the same.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I think they gave us a plethora of games to choose from.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And some of the best ones aren't on this list because they weren't day 1s, but they were still fantastic.
Yeah, that too. Because I was like, I played so many games with the limited amount of time I've had, and I'm looking at it going, oh, I guess that wasn't a day 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the same way, Terry. That's why I was going to ask that question, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to skip it since you answer it.
So there you go. Overall, I think it was a great year for Game Pass. So if you're a Game Pass subscriber, of course, you are eating good. You are eating good. We are eating good. And that's just 2023. 2024 is already around the corner, and I think there's already like 15 day 1 titles announced. And we're not even in 2024 yet, guys. So yeah.
That's crazy.
Xbox is getting even better. But you know what? That's what we think. I played 10 day one games. How many did the chat play? Terry?
80%, 1 to 20, 15%, 21 to 30, and 5%, 31 to 40, and nobody went above that. But that's still impressive for those that got that high. That's
I was gonna say, I want to know who
lot of playing.
I want to know who that 5%er are.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're that part of that 5%, let us know, because holy
that
cow.
5%, did you like play like lengthy amounts of time in each of these games, or was this more of like a quick 1 hour and then you kind of moved on?
Right.
You know?
Or you let another person play for you and probably say, I'd rather watch you instead of me playing it.
Nah.
There you go. All right, so shout out to Jason Max who joins us. He says, just remember, Xbox is number one. Absolutely. I can tell you what, Xbox Game Pass is number one. That's for sure. And Sir X-Man says, I've had Nights into Dreams ever since they started back compatibility and Christmas nights included. Well, I'm just going to have to download it. Let's see. And shout out to Wondering Dutch. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. It says, good morning / afternoon. All happy holidays. Hey, happy holidays to you too, Wondering Dutch. Thank you so much. Let's see. Moving on. Let's see. Jason Max says, I played 103 Game Pass games in 2023. Whoa. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Wow. I'm just happy with the 10 that I played. Like that. Now, those are day one games. Of course, I played other games, but that's just the day one game.
Speed running is a thing.
Speed run. I take my time. I'm not an achievement hunter. I just like playing games to play at my own pace. I think when I did like my Xbox review, year in review, I did 23 games or something, 26 games this year on my Xbox. So that's cool. Yes. All right. So that's a great opening topic. Now that everybody's here, let's get into the good stuff. So this comes to us from Tech4 Gamers. Shout out to them. Tech4 Gamers. And they are reported saying that Doom Dev id Software's report is working on a Star Wars Mandalorian for Xbox. So, story highlights: id Software might be developing a Mandalorian game exclusive to Xbox. Reports suggest that the game is getting a 2024 or 2025 release window. The developer's last major game came out in 2020, so it's been a while, guys. So even though, Knights of the Republic got exclusive and then got canceled, you know what? We got Mandalorian coming. And again, this is rumor, right? Take it all with a grain of salt. However big you could make that grain of salt is up to you. So this news comes from leaker Ecstasis, who has heard rumors that new Star Wars game from Doom developer could be targeting 2024 to 2025 release. And, of course, why this matters. This one could give Xbox a major advantage over PlayStation since the remake was expected to be a big exclusive for Sony. Now, this is just a rumor for now, the idea is certainly interesting. Yes, absolutely. And, yeah, a Mandalorian game could be something. Now, Star Wars The Mandalorian Way of the Warrior. This is a concept art. It is not real. It is not leaked. 100% concept, okay? But it looks cool. It looks very cool. So following the leak, many believe it's a first-person style, might not be the best pick for a Star Wars game. I think it's fine. I played Shadows of the Empire. I played Jedi Academy. I think it's awesome. So yeah, there you go. So Xbox possibly getting a Mandalorian exclusive. Now, just in case, Jeff Grubb, yes, thank you, Jason Max. Jeff Grubb says that he couldn't find anything on it. He reported that late yesterday after the show had already been turned on. So, when we say grain of salt, but let's pretend that this rumor is real. How much do you want this rumor to be real? And how much do you think id Software would make a great Mandalorian game? Terry, let's start with you, as always.
I'm indifferent. I mean, if it comes out, I'll play it, but it's not something that, if it doesn't come out, it's not going to be like, oh man, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I did enjoy the show for Mandalorian. I thought it was well done. And you know, if they could continue on that vein, and you know, I think it'd be a fun game. It's just, yeah, and I'm indifferent. You know, it just really depends on how they make it and whatnot. Because for me, when it comes to Star Wars, I don't like the Jedi Sith element. I think that ruins it for me. I prefer sticking to the people roughing it, you know, but they're, you know, and you know, kind of like their Wild West, you know, guns and kind of like that stuff is what I like. That's why like the Mandalorian was entertaining for me. But yeah, once you start getting all the Jedi and Sith nonsense in there, it just like shelve it.
Shelve it.
So
All right.
so if they can keep that nonsense out, then yeah, I definitely would play it.
All right. Well, there you go, Terry. Terry is down with the Mandalorian. Now, this is id Software, and you know, if you play Doom, one, it's fast paced. Two, it's gory. Do you think the Mandalorian would be gory? That Disney would allow that?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
So you think it'd be PG-13?
More than likely.
All right. Let's go to Shaddai. Shaddai, I don't know how big of a Star Wars fan you are, but does this intrigue you?
I gotta talk to the leaker since I know the guy. So,
oh, look at Shaddai name dropping. I know him.
Don't throw yourself under the bus when you watch what you say.
No, he haven't said anything to me. Honestly, he haven't said anything to me. But what I'm trying to say is, like, when I saw his video and what he was saying, I'm like, I could see more like a Star Wars Battlefront type game.
We already have that though. We don't need another one of them.
Yeah, well, we're talking about it in here. You know what I mean? Other than shooter, what they have done that I could remember. I will be surprised. I will be surprised if they make it more like a third-person shooter, adventure, whatever the case may be. But I wouldn't be surprised for them to create another game like that. So I'm not surprised. Let's see how it goes. We already saw, like I said, the flop that it was Star Wars Battlefront 2 from all the microtransactions, but I don't see this one happening. I think Disney would have got pissed off if they did something crazy like that just to ruin their reputation. But I'll be it'll be very interesting about this. Yeah, I will try it. I like Fallen Order. Imagine Mandalorian being like that, like Fallen Order. It could be something different away from id Software.
Could be.
That could be interesting. They at least they'll be away from their comfort zone.
Yeah. Plus, I think id Software has a good fast-paced combat style that plays well, and is more exciting than Star Wars are typically slower combat. So I'm kind of interested to see if id Software will throw that fast combat pace into it that they're known for. And could you imagine playing the Mandalorian and switching between hand to hand and gun range? Because you have the gore kills in Doom, and could you imagine that being actually, instead of gore kills, switching to, like, I don't know, the Mandalorian switching to the spear, or the Mandalorian switching to the Darksaber or something? That would be nice. I think it has a lot of potential, in my opinion, and I do think third person would be better as it's more flashy, but first person is going to be just fine for it. Dreadpool, the Mandalorian. I know you're a Star Wars guy.
I was going to say, you better know this.
Yes. Oh, it's his crew. Oh my gosh. Do you think this will be escort missions? Oh my God. I hope it's not escort missions.
Yeah, no. I don't care if it's third person or first person. Obviously, third person would be best beneficial. But for those of us that played the original Star Wars games back on PC, was first person. So in that aspect, it's kind of cool, because you got to remember, you're a bounty hunter, so it's supposed to be your point of view. So and you already have Jedi Outcast, so I could see them changing it up, and that's probably why they went to id. But I mean, if you look at the way the game played when they did that walking demo from a fan using Unreal Engine 5, that was fantastic.
Yeah, the open world demo.
Yeah, that that wasn't even a real demo. It was just a fan made game to to show. I guess the guy got a job somewhere. But
I hope so, man, because I remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
that was awesome. So with all that being said, I'm excited. I can't wait to play. I don't care how it plays. Yeah, look at. I mean, this makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
maybe this guy got hired.
I'm actually, and you look at the background of Project 1313.
Yeah,
that was basically a Boba Fett story, and with the stuff that you could do, if you ever read the comics, the way that Boba Fett is his thought process is beyond genius. So a lot of the movies don't portray how the comics and the books write him up to be. You think he's like a brute grunt. He's not. He's very methodical. He's a genius for a human to be able to go up against Jedi.
Yeah,
so
there's a reason why
hopefully
bounty hunters can give Jedi a run for their money, and in some cases beat them.
He's the only one. He's the only one that was able to go up against Vader and actually get Vader's respect. So again, it's knowing the storylines about these characters that makes it more interesting on how they do it and go from there. But yeah, I can't wait. Whatever they give us, I'm probably going to be happy just because it's Mandalorian, and I get to play that character as if it was me.
Yeah. Out of all the new Star Wars characters, I like the Mandalorian the most. Now I understand he's not the only Mandalorian in the world, but
no,
he is the Mandalorian, if you will.
I watched that show religiously.
Yes, me and my wife never miss an episode. Day it comes out.
Same here.
Read
it really well.
It's such a good show. And then we watched the Book of Fett that kind of plays into it too.
Yep, they had crossovers.
Yeah,
with Ahsoka also, and again, it's this could be a very well written game. They have enough storyline that they can go off of and build off their own storyline off of it. You know what I mean? So there's enough history there. But yeah, this would be a good game. It's a you better not miss on this one. That's for sure.
Now, keep in mind, guys, it is 2023 December. We got another guy saying that it's real. Jeff Grubb saying he's not denying that it's real. He's saying he found no evidence of it. But this was also leaked back in 2019. So this is the second. And back then it was leaked by Special Nick of Xbox Era. And he said that it's very much real. So, take that for what it is. So you got Special Nick, who has been both right and wrong, or I should say right and at times inaccurate with his leaks. And then you have this guy, what's his name? Shaddai?
Ecstasis.
Ecstasis. Yeah, Ecstasis. Now saying that the Mandalorian is going to be exclusive. Dreadpool, does it matter to you if this game is exclusive or if it's on Game Pass?
It doesn't matter. It'd be great if it's in Game Pass.
Because you're going to buy it no matter what, right?
Exactly. But it gives me time.
Dread, if it comes with a Mandalorian helmet, like this Master Chief helmet, are you spending the $500 for it?
She's not paying attention. Yes.
Had to check with the financial advisor first.
The Bank of Dread says yes. The wife of Dread might differ.
Mrs. Poole might say no, huh?
Yeah, Mrs. Poole. Yep.
Right.
She doesn't like that anymore.
Oh, she doesn't like that name anymore?
No. She likes to hear Death Dealer's husband is what she likes to hear.
Death Dealer's husband.
They gotta be backwards.
Yeah, she likes it the other way.
Yeah,
it's so funny because she's not, again, now she's got her name. And people are like, oh, that's Death Dealer's husband.
Now she got the higher ranking.
It's Dreadpool's wife. when you know what I mean? I show up, they're like, oh yeah, that's Dreadpool's wife on the show. No, now it's Death Dealer's husband's in the chat.
There you go.
So,
So
yeah.
funny. So
She
funny.
got higher
He's not
ranking.
paying attention, so we're good. We're getting it day one. Maybe I'll get 2 to unbox one and keep the other one mint condition.
You can buy one for you and one for Tiny Giant that she never gets to open, or open hers and never open yours.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh, they sent us 2 for some reason. I don't know.
Tiny Giant, you know she won't refuse if it's for Tiny Giant. So let's see. So let's check it with the chat. Let me get rid of this screen here. Any other thoughts on the Mandalorian before I check it with the chat? No. So I hope that it comes to Game Pass, no matter what. To me, that's a better exclusive than exclusive. But if it is exclusive, that's a big W, obviously, for Xbox. As I think the Mandalorian is on a very high
bar.
Like, I won't say a high bar. Like they're not.
It has a good reputation.
Very good reputation. Yeah, the show is good. The characters are good. The merchandise is amazing. I know this because my friend has bought little Grooves.
Oh shoot! Right there.
My friends have bought little the dark sabers from Disney, the $500 ones. I mean, it is crazy. It is crazy. Do I have a little Groove? Wife, if you're listening, do I have a little Groove, or did we give it away?
I wouldn't be surprised if they create a special custom-made Series X Mandalorian console.
They very well could.
I mean,
if they did, Dreadpool's buying it. That's all I know.
If you notice, I just reach. All I have to do is reach, and I got Star Wars stuff all over.
Oh no! I was about to say you got it right.
I'd laugh if you pulled one out of your beard, just like.
I was gonna wear a Star Wars shirt, but today I decided to wear the Pearl Harbor.
Okay. Yeah. So December 21st, was it?
December 7th.
December 7th. Day that will live in infamy.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's check it with the chat real quick. So Jesse Darby goes, shoot, Microsoft might just pick up that Knights of the Old Republic. That'd be great. Sith Lord says, God, I hope it's real. I hope it's real too.
Yep.
Yes. This Shaddai we're talking about here, he's always under the bus. So funny. Sarah says, I'm a Trekkie, loving Star Trek Online. That's cool. That's cool. But we're talking about Star Wars, man.
All right, that's it. Let me
that's cool.
No.
Yeah. And coolcatterri's a Trekkie. Learning lots of stuff. Elite Force, best game ever made. Yeah.
That's it. We're definitely canceling Terry. Talking all that shiznit on Dreadpool, and now she's a Trekkie. No, I'm kidding.
And of course, Grogu. That's right, Grogu. Sappho says, I personally don't care for a Star Wars game for Game Pass entering day and date. That needs a Star Wars game. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Jason Max says, Todd Howard did confirm it has an awesome secret game in development. Ooh. So there you go.
He did say that. He did say that.
Jesse Darby, because she's not listening, is Death Dealer right now. Oh my God. I'm not putting that on here. RWK.
Yeah.
Funny, but I'm not putting it on here. I'm trying to be family friendly. At least PG-13. All right, let's see. But that's what we want. I definitely want the Mandalorian game to be real. But what does the chat feel like, Terry?
Yeah, right. 82% yes, they want a Mandalorian game. 11% said no, and 5% don't like Star Wars.
Well, there you go.
Blasphemy.
All right, let's wrap that up. All right, good. We're making great on time so far. And it is time right now for Terry's Indie Spotlight.
Yay!
All right, everyone. welcome back to my indie spotlight. And since it is Christmas Eve, I made sure to pick out a Christmas themed game for you all today. And this one should be a popular one, especially if you have small children. Now, this one is made more for small children, so playing this game as an adult, you might not find it as good, but it's for small children. But still, go ahead and check this out. You'll have to unmute the video first there, Axel. Thanks.
It's unmuted. I got you.
The Grinch is back. Another year's passing and Christmas is here. The Grinch has returned to steal all Christmas cheer. To succeed stealing Christmas, he needs your assistance. The Grinch Christmas Adventures, out now.
All right, there you go. So, The Grinch Christmas Adventures. It is a platformer. Like, again, it's made for small children. So, it's not going to be that, difficult for a platformer. So, go ahead and have some fun. It does have 2-player local co-op. So, if you want to run it with your child, you can do so. So it's on all the platforms, and everybody has it on sale right now. 30% off. The sale ends tonight. So if you want to get it for your kids, now's the time to do it. So, pick it up on Xbox. Now the game is normally $40, but you can get it right now for $28. So go ahead and, if you want to get it for your kid, get it for your kid and have some fun. Merry Christmas. And people love the Grinch.
You can get it for how much?
It's $28 right now.
28. Okay.
Now it's about a 4-hour game, so it is a small game. But if you have a smaller child, that should be more than enough to hold their attention. So.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Another great indie pick by Terry. Let's see. Lost Boomer says, I watched Cerebral Paul play this on Twitch. Awesome.
Why am I thinking Chris Paul?
Let's see. Splendifer says, Terry, I think there are no small children in the Terry, but the gringo is cool.
Grinch.
Oh, correct. Grinch is cool.
What?
Jesse Darby says, Doggy Dog, that's what you need to do to break that million. You got to play that game. The gringo is cool. I'm sorry, man. That's just funny. All right. Let's move the show right along. In case you guys have been living under a rock, Sony's security has been hard or not hard at work this year, as you know. And yes, this is a live picture of their security right now. So this is the second hack this year at PlayStation, or Sony, I should say. So they have had a history of being hacked. Of course, the most infamous one is the old 2009? 2011? Whatever. The one where PlayStation Network got hacked so bad they had to shut it down. And they've had, Sony as a whole has had maybe, they're averaging right now like a hack every other year.
Hackfest.
I mean, it is, if you got your personal information on anything Sony, you might want to rethink that decision. Just saying, they don't put any money towards their network security.
I've never put any of my information on PlayStation. Never. I've always went, and whenever I needed, if I ever wanted to buy a game digitally, I always went and bought one of their game codes to get the points to buy the game, because I refuse to put my credit card on their system.
Yeah, I don't put any of my credit card information on anybody's. Not just after that PlayStation hack back about a decade ago. I also did the same with Xbox. I don't put anything on anybody. I don't trust nobody. So Insomniac in specific had a ransomware attack where they held them hostage, I guess, held their system hostage for $2 million. And They did not pay up, so the hackers, true to their word, leaked everything. Of course, I'm not going to put anything here, as I don't want to be copyright claimed or banned, for all I know, for releasing any unauthorized information. But the ransomware attack leaked documents. It leaked the actual game, the code for it. It leaked, and it also leaked the addresses and personal information of the developers and former developers at Insomniac Studios. I mean, it was a fairly, I don't know what the right word is to describe it, but it was a thorough hack. And of course, if you saw anything to do with the Insomniac hacks, where you saw it, that's up to you. If you ever shared that out. And me here on YouTube, I'm not showing any of it because, again, I don't want to get demonetized, or not demonetized, but banned. I don't want to get banned.
You don't want to get punished.
The risk is not worth the reward.
Yeah. I'm not going to make any money off it. So yeah. So if you guys, we're going to talk about some Xbox related topics. First off, the ransomware is terrible from a humanitarian standpoint of me. It is terrible, but the gamer in me, I love the more information I get, especially someone that runs a little news podcast. For me, while it's unfortunate that all that happens, for me, it's fortunate because I have something to talk about. So, got to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good, what do they say? Make lemonade out of lemon. But don't be jerks to Insomniac. Don't be jerks to those people that are affected. They are still people. So with that being said, disclaimers out of the way. Let's get to it. The Insomniac hack. Let's get into it. First off, Sony security, hard at work as per usual. They need better training. I don't know how you can open up files that you don't know where they came from or who they're from and be like, oh yeah, I forgot to access my PIN or whatever. I forgot to do my QR code. Let me scan this QR code and give people unmitigated access to our systems. Seriously, guys. I don't know why people do this. I don't know how they do it, how they fall for it in 2023. I don't know how people fall for those phishing ware scams that lead to ransomware. I don't get it. I've been aware of phishing since I was about 13, and that was 30 years ago at this point, almost a little less than 30 years ago. So I don't understand how younger people are falling for it. And I assume that people at Insomniac Games are younger than me, as I am now considered older in the industry.
Well, who doesn't like fishing?
It's not fishing like you think there should.
Oh, the other time. Okay.
Yeah, fishing with a hold on. Where
With a PH. Put fishing. Fishing.
Fishing, okay.
It's not the okay.
So yeah, let's see. Jason Max. I heard some employee fell for a phishing scam, and that's how they got hacked. That's how most hacks work. Somebody has to open or click on or download a file of some kind for the phishing for the hack to get in, for the worm or whatever it is to get in. So yeah, most of it is through phishing. Yeah. Let's see. Saffo Gaming, you're not a real PlayStation fan if you don't trust Sony with all your credit cards. I don't even trust Xbox with my credit cards, much less Sony, man. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't even trust my browser to memorize my credit card number. I will grab it out of my wallet every time. Just saying. Let's see. That cheese doodle is safer than Sony right now. Yeah. Who was it earlier that was saying it in the chat? It was like, yeah, take the Cheeto out. Was that you, Dreadpool?
Maybe. I don't think so. Somebody said it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I said it before the show.
Yeah. And the game complains, fishing back in the AOL days, LOL. Yeah, exactly. Sony's password is Jim Ryan SIA 1234. Oh my goodness, that's so bad. So let's start with the topics here. First one is we did get some documents, and in the documents, Insomniac is targeting visual fidelity similar to what was shown in the Hellblade 2 trailer from the Game Awards. So, as of right now, Hellblade 2 is the graphical standard in video games. And again, this was captured all on an Xbox Series. Is that me? Oh, sorry. That was all captured on the Xbox Series console. So they are targeting Hellblade 2 graphical fidelity. Man, it feels good, after years of being told that all Xbox does is cartoony games or Sea of Thieves, even though Sea of Thieves is a visual marvel. Not realistic, and Sony specializes in these ultra realistic games like, art styles and whatnot, to finally say, you know what? We don't want graphic fidelity like one of our own internal studios. We want graphic fidelity like an Xbox game studio, Ninja Theory, taking it, using those mesh shaders, using the power of the X. It feels good. It feels good. From an Xbox gamer standpoint, it feels good to be the standard. Terry, what do you think of that one?
Look, I'm not a fan of Hellblade, but it is impressive. It is impressive to look at. And the sound design that they have for it is also very impressive. It's just, gameplay wise, it's not for me. But, for people who, really love it, this is great that, they're going to have this on Xbox, because the first one, wasn't that one only on PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now
it was an exclusive on PlayStation at first.
So it was like a timed exclusive for PlayStation, and now it's an exclusive for Xbox. It's like, man, the wheels have turned.
Yeah.
So
how the turntables have turned.
Yeah. So have some fun. If you enjoyed the first one, then you're definitely going to be in for a good run with the second one. It looks great. So. And
this scene right here is what really impressed me. That was an impressive scene right there.
Yeah, like it looks phenomenal. Like it really does. It's just, if they improve the combat, maybe I'll give it a try. It was too predictable on the first one that I got bored. But if they improved it, then maybe I'll give it a shot. But it does look good. It looks really good.
Yeah. So it does. So it's good. So Wolverine, as you know, Wolverine probably won't come out till 2028, probably. But it's targeting this graphical fidelity. If they can't do it by 2028, what would you been doing? Shaddai. Xbox has set the new standard in graphical fidelity. So it's so much that even the number one competitor and the number one position in console gaming has acknowledged it. How's that make you feel as an Xbox guy?
I'm not surprised. They're trying to copy Game Pass. They're trying to copy Ninja Theory. What else can we say?
That's right. Yeah.
So they're doing everything. But the thing is that Insomniac is just inspired by the hard work that Ninja Theory have done with this game, or I'd rather say the demo or the presentation. I'd rather say like that. I was already impressed, and I think it was at GDC last year when Ninja Theory was showing off due to the COVID on how to do the mocap a little bit easier, because they couldn't go to the office.
That's right. They had to be like one at a time in the studio or something like that.
It was something like that, but I know they use a cell phone, a stupid cell phone, to create her face. What is it, Melina Juergens?
Melina Juergens, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sounds like a bar of soap, but
we'll chill from Shaddai.
Yeah.
All right.
But when I saw that, I was very impressed on the stuff that they created, on accessibility, on doing the mocap, everything, the facial. Let's start with this. It goes to the computer and they start deciphering it, showing us how it works. And this is pretty much what we suffer the fruit of their labor on doing those things. So they're really masters on the technology. I don't know what technology that they're using, so I know it's not going to be Ninja Tech or whatever you want to call it.
They work off of Unreal.
Oh, that is actually true. Yes.
Yeah.
This is something else. This is really something else. I just hope it's not more into photorealism and a little bit of a gameplay, because they're just trying to do a pretty much presentation, a visual presentation. It's just, I hope that we get a balance of both worlds, the gameplay and the photorealism about this. But I'm very impressed. I'm not surprised, like I said, Insomniac trying to go that route. I can see Wolverine using this for their game instead of that cartoony that they use for Spider-Man. I don't know if you want to call it realistic or not, but
I mean, Spider-Man looked great. I mean, it runs it runs dynamic resolution with ray tracing. I mean, that's pretty dang impressive.
No, it is. It is. It's just like every single time I want to see Spider-Man, it reminds me of the Uncharted graphics. You know what I mean? Compared to this graphics, that they're more real than just that rubbery Gumby like type. I don't know what you want to call it, but
because Spider-Man is real.
Because Spider-Man is real. Yes.
When's the last time you saw Spider-Man do everything a spider does in real life? I mean,
probably Batman is the closest one. So probably goes.
I mean, all this stuff comes from a work of fiction. So I mean, just the fact that they make it look good is awesome.
Yeah.
But this isn't the first time that Xbox has impressed with graphics. Flight Simulator. Phil, I think it might have been Tim Dog who said that when Phil Spencer went to go visit Asobo to check on Flight Simulator, they showed it to him. And he goes, all right, now show me the gameplay. And they go, that is the gameplay. I mean, even Phil Spencer has been like that. When they showed a Fable trailer back at the Xbox showcase, a lot of people didn't believe that was gameplay. That was gameplay. So Xbox is new stuff, that velocity architecture, those mesh shaders, that 12 teraflops is finally starting to pull through. But my favorite part of this trailer, in my opinion, is right here in the little bottom. In-game footage captured on an Xbox Series X.
Yes.
That is exactly what I wanted to see. Don't show me what a computer can do, because I know it can do it. Obviously. You throw in enough money into something, it's obviously going to outperform. I want to know what my $500 investment does. So the fact that all this is on an Xbox Series X is just, it's very telling. Hold on. Where'd it go? I saw it too. Here we go. Splendiferous said, can we now see the velocity architecture and the 12 teraflops? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Jesse Darby says, I say Sony can't afford to do Hellblade 2 level quality. It would break their bank, especially with Microsoft taking them to court. They're technically taking Microsoft to court. It's the other way around. So, yeah. But that's another reason they aren't going to be able to do it. Sony don't have mesh shaders. Okay. So yeah, there you go. And Ninja Theory just got their new studio. Yep. So yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. Jason Max, Wolverine would run at 15 FPS trying to keep up with Hellblade 2. Dang.
Oh, jeez.
And shout out to the Gina. Thank you so much for joining us, Gina. You are the real MVP. He says that was that was only that black screen. Everything else after is PC. I love that one. That's funny. Yeah. And yes, Gina, we are having an excellent Christmas. Hopefully you have an excellent Christmas. So yeah, Shaddai. Wolverine targeting Hellblade 2 level of fidelity. Do you think it's good? It feels good, right?
It does. It really does.
Dreadpool. Fidelity standard set by Xbox. Finally.
It's all fake.
I agree with you.
Blasphemy.
Video games is fake, but
blasphemy.
Did you not know that? It's all fake. It's all fake. Actually, Eternal Shaddai, just to let you know, I did download an app that I could actually do
scans
of objects, and I did do a scan of Tiny Giant to show, to see how well it does, and it's very cool. They have newer technology now. There's one that they just released. It's a little bit bigger than my phone, a little bit thicker, and you can scan stuff and put it into a slicer, and for the most part, it's pretty spot on for a 3D print. So yeah, the phone technology is getting better and better each time, and you got to imagine at that time they didn't have that much of the technology out there as advanced as it is now. And again, these games, they've learned how well to use ray tracing. Nothing is, I don't know, full of Vaseline, because we're talking about Watchdog Legends.
Baby oil, rubbing the baby oil on the skin.
You know what I mean? Watchdog Legends, the concrete was full of Vaseline. It was like it wasn't even raining anymore. It was wet, but everything was Vaselined everywhere. So I'm glad
the sunscreen.
They've backed
everything
off
had a
on,
mirror finish, polish.
Yeah, it was horrible. It just. I understand if it's raining, but then when it's downpouring, everything still had a shine. It's like, no, there's no shine anymore because everything's being blurred from the rain coming down.
That's just Armor All.
And, so.
That's just Armor All.
It's cool to see.
I'm just going to pause it here, guys, as I'm tired of resetting the trailer. Sorry. Keep going.
No, it's fine. It's cool to see that they are pushing the standard of not only photorealism, but just the way of the storytelling that they're doing, so, and that's the beauty of it, is they've been pushing the standard that people are finally starting to see some of the tools, but not all of the tools that Xbox is using. You were talking about Flight Simulator. How about the naysayers with Forza Horizon? Remember that one?
True.
They're like, yeah, this is just a video. Whoa, this looks so great for a video. Anybody can do that, and you're in gameplay. You're actually steering the car as you're going through that intro, and it's like, again, they're pushing the boundaries. And this is a studio that's been pushing this boundary for this type of game, and it's cool to see Wolverine. I understand the comic you feel, but I mean, we're getting to the point where we're not just watching FMV. We're not playing,
QTEs, quick time events.
Yes, thank you. QTEs. We're not, you know what I mean? So it's changing it up.
Yeah, I hate those Q-tips. Oh, QTE, sorry.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that Xbox again is in the lead, but not too far ahead where everybody hates it. Connect.
Oh, geez.
Oh man.
I wish they would bring it back.
I wish too, man. I want Snap. I want my Snap feature back.
Yeah, but I wish they would make the game, they would bring it back for at least the BC games. That would be cool. But back to this, it's cool to see that, you can see the veins, you can see the cuts, you can see, the clothing and all the ripples, the shadows, all that stuff is great. Look at the hair on this guy. Granted, hair has always been a hard feature to portray properly across the board. There are certain hairstyles that you can do no problem. Certain other ones are very difficult. And at least with the, on this gentleman here, the strands, coming out, it's interesting.
To me, teeth have always been very difficult to do more than hair.
Well, the eyeballs
teeth look crazy. The eyeballs. I mean, this is just insane fidelity right here.
The eyeballs always look weird, and
yeah,
it looks like they got a ring light on this guy. But
looks like they got a ring light.
Yeah, if you look into his eyes, ring light.
I mean,
but yeah, this and this is what we want. We want them to push the boundaries. We want them to push, gaming in every aspect. So they've pushed the storytelling, they've pushed the visuals.
Look at that. That looks awesome.
First, it was the water. Now the eyes.
It's just crazy how good it looks. Like I can see the terror in her face here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just an insane amount of
and she's
work.
not a professional actress. She is now.
She is now, yeah.
But she was never. That was never her thing to do anything in acting. She was
what was she, a mocap artist or something like that?
No. She just happened to fit the mocap that they had.
No, it was she had a position there. She was a visual artist or something direction.
Yeah. But this part of the field with mocap was nothing. She was just filling, but she did so good that they forced her to stay in that position and made her the character. So, and I'm sure they forced her by twisting her arm very, very
with some money. Oh my God! Feel how heavy this money is.
Yeah, but that and that's the amazing thing is sometimes you have talents that you don't even know of, and they stuck with her and guided her and taught her the combat, and that was the other thing. The combat here was one of the guys that did combat with Star Wars with sabers.
Mm-hmm.
So again, they've stepped up the way that they make these games, and that's good to see that it's not just let's just remake the same thing we had before, update some graphics, update some the storyline, and then push it out.
Yeah,
they actually made a mocap studio from the ground up specifically for this game and the next generation of games that they're going to push out. And
I'm sorry, I had to sneeze suddenly. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, sorry guys. Me and my wife are both sneezing really bad right now.
So you guys are competing who sneezes the most?
Yes, it is a sneeze fest. Yeah, so it feels good to be on top again, as where Xbox should always be. But competition only makes it better. Xbox would have never been able to do this if would have never wanted a studio like Ninja Theory if the demand wasn't out there. If us as gamers said, where are our realistic games? Well, here's a realistic game now. We went out, spent the money, and not only is it realistic, but we now set the bar for realism as far as graphics are concerned on trailers. So we'll see how it goes from there. So yeah, feels good. Feels good. Feels good. All right, so let's check in with the chat real quick. This is my Sony Hacks picture, official. Okay, yeah. Let's see. I had. All right, it's Timoth jump in. Shout out to It's Timoth. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And Boogeyman jumps in as well. He says, "Good morning. How's everyone doing this Christmas Eve?" Hey, Boogeyman, we're doing fantastic. Thank you so much. And you are the real MVP. Sappho says, question, would it disappoint you if Hellblade 2 ran at 30 FPS at launch? Would you still play? I stand by the theory, by my thing that first party should be 60. Because if you don't do it, third party ain't going to do it. And if you don't show them how to do it, if you haven't figured it out, they aren't going to figure it out for you. But it's not going to stop me.
That reminded me something.
Yeah.
You guys are all talking about you want to see what it could do on a Series X. Mm-hmm. I threw it out, and I know people laugh about it, but I'm curious to see what it looks like on a Series S.
Nobody cares about that thing.
Exactly. Nobody cares about it, but if this potato can look this good, it just goes to show that the potato that's holding back the industry is not really holding back the industry.
Yeah.
Hey, look at what is it called? Damn it, the rat game.
The rat.
Plague's Tale.
Plague's Tale. Yes. It was a 30. It looked really awesome. But
it was also a slow playing game.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they created 4K 30, which it wasn't a problem before they raised it to 60 frame later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we play games. I don't play frames, but go ahead.
But that's the thing. They need to be the leaders in getting the
That's-
4K 60.
Mhm.
The leaders into getting 8K 30, the leaders into 4K 120. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They need to be the leaders to show people, to show the other devs from the other companies how to do it, and to, I don't know, design their game from the ground up to actually use the Xbox tools. Because when you don't
Yep.
use those tools, it's hard to integrate them after the fact. And that's part of the
Yep.
problem from the get-go, because they're doing across the board parity versus let's open it up for certain things, and then we'll leave certain things out for this system, and we'll leave certain things out for this system, but at least everything's there from the get-go for everybody.
Kind of like we had it back in the 90s with the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. We had the same game, but they weren't the same.
Right.
You know,
Mortal Kombat with blood and without blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best.
Let's see.
The
That's
best
just a color
example,
swap.
The best example, Larian.
Yeah. This is where game companies need to tread lightly with the excessive violence. We used to be able to say it's kid stuff, but it won't be anymore. I mean, we haven't been able to say that since the 90s, since Mortal Kombat. Hence why the M rating comes around. So, you know,
Mortal
don't
Kombat?
expect companies to raise your children for you. Definitely do the raising yourself, guys.
What about Night Trap?
Night Trap, yeah.
And really, it was the politics, the political leaders that were backing this, which were the ones trying to get the names for themselves, because the parents had no idea what they were talking about when they were talking about the Night Trap. Mortal Kombat was just another branch that they were able to utilize. That's all it was. Night Trap was nothing like what they said it was, and that was where they started all this. Mortal Kombat was just
those were the
another
examples
piece.
that were given in the Senate
Yeah.
hearings, and that led to the creation of the ESA, the Electronic Software Association.
Right, and that's where they have to self-govern.
Yep.
And that's where companies like GameStop are saying, "Hey, are you 18? Yes or no?" Because
the answer is no. Goodbye.
Yeah, you got to remember, gaming grew up. They had adult games back in the Atari 2600, and I'm sure they've had other adult games around that time before.
I remember there was a Nintendo game called Hot Slots, and the more you won, the more clad the women was scantily clad women was the reward. And I mean, my mom just thought I bought a slot simulator. So yeah, I mean, I think the rating system benefits everybody, especially parents who don't know anything about gaming, if they pay attention,
if they care, because some parents just buy Call of Duty, and little 5-year-old, Johnny is all about this, and either the parents or the grandparents are like, "Oh, okay, well, this is what they asked for," and don't even realize what they're buying them. Nowadays, a lot more parents and a lot more grandparents are more self-aware of what they're buying than they used to be. So this whole, grandparents are idiots because they're just oblivious. It doesn't hold up as it did 10 years ago.
Yes. All right.
Pretty much like, here you go, be quiet.
Yeah, basically, go away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. Let's check it out. So Terry brings up a good point. FPS has never mattered to me as long as the game functions well and has fun gameplay. I'm happy.
Yep.
High frames mean nothing if the game crashes often. I mean, if it crashes, I mean, you're getting 0 frames. So yeah. But yeah, gameplay is always king, and I think frame rate does lead better. Higher frame rates leads to better gameplay. So I am definitely in for some higher frames. Let's see. The Gina says, having played The Last of Us Remastered and Alan Wake 2 all this week and looking at Hellblade 2, we are at a stage where devs are really going to struggle to improve graphics without budgets getting too big. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Let's see. Terry, but if you play in 60 frames and then go back to 30, you can tell the difference. You sure can. Let's see. Jason Max. Shout out to Jason Max. He says, rename Hellblade 2 to Skull and Bones so Cool Cat will play it.
I was laughing about that. That's crazy.
And no, Brandon Foltz, I don't have the vid and
Lockdown.
Lockdown? No way. No way. And shout out to Crispy Rambo. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, good morning, y'all. What's going on, Crispy Rambo? Thank you. Yes. Let's see. 30 or 60 FPS, I don't care. Gameplay mechanics and story content are king to me. I still buy pixel games like Blasphemous these days. Yeah. Yeah.
That game is awesome.
Mates, Series S crashes War Tales 4 times a game session. Dang. That sucks. Speaking of Night Trap, didn't they say it was a R-word simulator? Maybe.
I believe they did.
Yeah, and Nintendo put a hit out on Sega during those hearings. Dang.
They did.
Dang. Of course, Boogeyman says there was Night Trap on Sega. Yeah, Night Trap was a big old thing. Night Trap is my girlfriend's favorite game. Shout out to Brendan Foltz. Freaky girls now. Okay. Let's see. I found out about Night Trap through a younger friend of mine when he was like 8 and he got the game because his parents were getting a divorce. Wow. Dang. You know what? Wait, nuclear family be dang. Here you go, son. Let's see. We do 3-hour crashes and fights and kicks home out when fishing. Okay. I have no idea what that means. Okay, but let's get back to the Sony hacks. So again, other documents have leaked. And shout out to Colt Eastwood for this graphic. So other documents leaked, which basically says that PlayStation is going to adopt the Phil Spencer mantra. They talk about how PlayStation Plus is limited and behind the 8 ball, that console sales aren't enough anymore. They need to expand their PlayStation Plus offerings to PC and to mobile, and to the cloud, much like a certain company, Xbox, already does. So PlayStation Plus Premium Unleaded is going to go the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate route, where you can play on console, PC, and cloud and mobile. Now Xbox is also getting into the mobile games, right? So they basically said that they don't have a storefront on Windows, which, they don't have a dedicated app. Nothing's stopping them. It's an open source platform. They can definitely code for it. They also talk about games day and date. The way it was mentioned, it sounded like day and date, especially for Wolverine. Now that might be a requirement from Disney more than them, but Disney definitely out there. And of course, they have to sell through millions of units, and the best way to get that many millions of units out is to expand, right? As I believe I think the sell-through rate for PlayStation on their first-party games is at best 10%, or it hovers right around 10%, some better, some worse. So right now, if there are 50 million PS5s, they are only going to sell 5 million copies of Wolverine, which violates the leaked document. So the PlayStation is going full fill. In Phil we trust, and in Phil PlayStation trust, obviously. So PlayStation has to do it. They have to do it. There's no way. And me personally, if PlayStation Premium is at a decent price and I get to play their games day and date on this PC, I am subscribing and never buying a PlayStation ever again, as I hate that controller more than I can tell you. It's better than the DualSense, the Dual Shocks, but the DualSense is not much. It's better. That's all I'll say. But still, so yeah, PlayStation possibly going the Phil Spencer route, going the Xbox route, the market leader copying the innovation leader, as I'm going to call Xbox, as Xbox is the innovation leader. I don't care what anybody says. Innovation leader with Kinect, innovation leader with Xbox One, that everybody's doing now, innovation leader everywhere. People can talk all the smack they want, but the market leader needs to copy the innovation leader. Let's skip Terry. She's not here. Shaddai, what do you think? Do you think? I think this looks kind of, egg on the face for PlayStation. What do you think?
This is what I think. Like I said earlier with the Insomniac, I'm not surprised that they trying to follow the Xbox route when they don't have. Hey, they're trying to copy, like us when as kids, we used to copy tests. So now they're trying to copy the smartest one, which is Microsoft now. This is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. Let's go for this. Long time ago, Phil Spencer, when they created the Xbox Game Pass, and they wanted it to reach 2 billion people.
2 billion gamers.
People. Yep. So they created an app. It's all over the place. They wanted it to include it to the Nintendo and PlayStation. PlayStation said no. Let's say this happens. Now, are they going to say, we would love to put it on the Xbox? Phil, we do have a PlayStation app for you too for our games. Will you put it on the Xbox? Phil's going to say,
going to be a tit for tat. Phil would say yes if they put Game Pass.
He's going to say, nope. Remember when we told you, put it in here. We don't care. Because you're worried about, well, they're going to go for Game Pass and our games is not going to sell or anything like that because it's going to ruin probably our PlayStation Store or whatever the case may be. Now this is actually going backwards. They're going to be doing the same thing. Phil, can we put this in your whatever? We need that revenue. Nope. That's what's going to happen. Nope. And by the way you are saying with the Wolverine that they need to sell, I think Sony is not going to have any more options because it seems to me that it's not about their decision not putting their games exclusively. A lot of them are like forcing them to actually put it on other platforms when they don't want to. They're screwed. They just did it with MLB The Show. MLB was like, okay, yeah, your studio is exclusive because it's San Diego Studios, but we still wanted it in all platforms because we want that money. You wanted it this contract, and I expect this game to sell a lot, so you better put it on other platforms whether you like it or not. That's what pretty much we're seeing. They are twisting their arm to put it on all platforms, whether they like it or not. So Phil was right. No wonder Jim Ryan right now is like, oh, I'm selling all my stocks. See ya, bye. They see where this is coming. They see it. They actually saw it. So now they have no other choice. He's pretty much going, what Microsoft expected. We can't beat them in one way, but we can beat them in another way. And then look what's happening now. The only thing that is missing is that they don't have that Sony Ericsson phone. Yeah, and I could hear you too, Axel. Very clear. I could hear your.
Not here, they don't. I'm sure other places that Sony Ericsson is doing well.
Probably, but I know it's not here. But but hey, they said. Now the question is, are they gonna do like you said, the day and date? Because remember, they said that the PC players gotta wait 2 years.
Right.
So, is it gonna change that narrative? I think it
will. I think it will.
That's what I'm saying. They're forcing.
I mean, they have no choice.
The companies bigger like Disney is pretty much forcing them to put it on all platforms. Something that Sony doesn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're forcing them.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, when your game is licensed IP and not owned IP, you kind of gotta go with what the license agreement is. And if the license agreement is, it's going to go somewhere. Like Sony doesn't own MLB's IP.
Right.
Obviously, MLB has its own IP. So Sony, they had no choice but to put it everywhere. Like, oh, you want to be the exclusive Major League Baseball game developer, you gotta publish it everywhere.
But I think it's because it didn't do well either. He just wanted
No, MLB was doing just fine. The show was. It was the highest rated because it was MLB Live and MLB The Show were the two competitors, and Live was just not cutting it anymore. The show was definitely a better baseball simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and of course, our resident show expert Terry is not here for the moment. But yeah, shout out to.
So Terry, what do you think? Me.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about MLB The Show being better than MLB Live.
Oh yeah, like the show is like the best game made for baseball. Like when it comes to Major League Baseball, yeah, there is no good game other than MLB. Like
yeah, MLB The Show is definitely the better.
Hands
game.
down.
Yes. Shout out to Sir X-Man. A Sony app on your PC could get your PC hacked. Oh man, no lies detected. Better get that antivirus on there as fast as possible.
Imagine if it just having like a Sony Smart TV did that.
You know, guys, if you download that PlayStation app on your PC, make sure you disconnect yourself from the internet every time you launch it. Oh man. What they need to do is put them in their subscription. You know, Microsoft made $16 billion last year because of Game Pass. The fools say it ain't sustainable. It's sustainable. Yeah. Surprise to absolutely no one who's not been in denial. And that's just the thing. A lot of the PlayStation centric podcasts have been in denial. Mm-hmm. They don't want to admit. They don't want to say that Xbox has a good idea. Like they don't want to admit it. But you know who does admit it? PlayStation admitted it. Hence why they're copying the field formula. So yeah.
After they
now,
say
PlayStation
no.
Plus Game Pass is coming to a PC near you. Or my phone. I'll take my phone, you know. Let's see. Let's see. After COD launches into Game Pass, it's not going to matter what they do. I mean, it could not. They are afraid. They did put out documents saying that COD coming to Game Pass was damaging to them, and that they only had till like 2027 or something like that.
That's their money generator. So
for their marketing rights or something.
That's their money generator.
But the thing is, Sony is too far behind now to do it, especially now with them having to go back to court because Microsoft's taking them to the 9th Federal District. Again, Microsoft is not taking them. They are being took to court. But Sony is not too far behind. I mean, when you're the market leader, a lot of people don't know that Game Pass exists even to this day.
Right.
I mean, and when PlayStation does it, they'll believe that PlayStation did it first, you know?
Yeah.
It's just the reality of the marketplaces.
It sounds like Android and Apple.
Mm-hmm.
First on Apple, only here. In the meantime, Android, Samsung
has had it for 5 years.
They've already had that tech going on for how long? Apple even sued Samsung for the technology that they used in Apple phones, and it's like, yeah, because it's their product that they made for you, and they made it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't, it's the same tech, but yet you're going to sue them for you using their tech.
Yeah, so I mean, even though Xbox has a head start, they need to, keep their foot on the gas and not let up, because if they do, when Sony eventually does drop this, and they will in the next year or two, whatever market share Xbox has, they can lose to Sony in an instant, just because Sony is the market leader right now.
They did that day one with Xbox One, TV.
Yep, and now look at Sony, TV, and it's so much better because they did it. Stupid media pisses me off. I hate the media so much.
Connect is another one of those.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, we have Siri and Alexa. Alexa, launch Spotify and watch the iconic video games podcast, Good Morning Xbox.
That's right.
Someone's just launched.
There you go. I hope so. we used to tell my friends, we used to play on an Xbox party, and they'd always have us blasting through the TV, and I remember yelling to Alexa, play baby making music. And so then they're on their Amazon, when they would go to Amazon, they would get all these like ads for diapers and all this stuff for like a year.
We used to yell out, Xbox off,
Oh yeah,
and you'd see everybody start dropping.
yeah. It was awesome. It was a great time. Eventually, it got to like where Xbox would Connect 2.0 would only recognize your voice, so other people couldn't say Xbox off and turn your Xbox off.
Yeah,
I miss Connect, man, so much. Let's see. Doggy Dog says, "High Heat Baseball was the best baseball ever." Nah, man. Backyard baseball was king back in the day. Nah, fam. The king of baseball was on the Nintendo. Major League Baseball. Yeah. Yeah. So, Terry, we were talking about how PlayStation has adopted the Phil Spencer formula. Infill PlayStation Trust. Documents leaked saying that basically they're not going to get enough gamers. Sticking to their console-only strategy, they need to adopt the Xbox strategy of bringing their titles to PC and to cloud, a lot like the market innovator does Xbox. You know, PlayStation might be the market leader, but Xbox is the market innovator. I will die on this hill.
I mean, how are they not going to have enough gamers? Aren't they bragging about selling 50 million units?
That's right, 50 million, but they don't sell enough games. All those gamers are just playing Call of Duty.
50 million units sold. Got no gamers?
That's only for Call of Duty, though.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, is there premium going to come with a higher premium? Like, are you paying like twice to 3 times as much as Game Pass?
They already raised the price of premium, didn't they? They doubled it.
yes, they did.
Yeah, I'm saying. Nah, they're still not going to get gamers if they have the highest cost when it comes to the what do you want to call it? The I don't know what you want to call it. The service. if everybody has the service and theirs is the highest priced service, why would anybody opt for that one when they can go elsewhere for something better?
Mm-hmm. Because they don't know about it. Again, this just comes to that market leader that I'm talking about.
Yeah, but the people who don't know about it are in countries where their stuff costs a lot more already. You know what I mean? So like, it's still going to be even more expensive for them to where it's not going to be a financial thing that they can afford to get, even if they don't know about another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Whoops. I don't know why this one is here. Sorry, guys. There we go. Yeah. The fact that PlayStation Premium is copying the market innovator. Would you subscribe to this, Terry?
No.
No.
I never subscribed out of my own pocket to PlayStation Plus. If a friend wanted me to play a game with them online, I told them, well, then you got to get me Plus because I refuse to give them money for that crap. So, no, their stuff isn't worth it.
Stuff is not worth it. Like, how much is PlayStation Plus these days?
Got to be like $60. I mean,
my God, it doesn't even tell you. Like, it just says add to cart. That's how expensive it is.
Oh, geez. So now they're trying to keep it under low.
It's like a dealership when you go on their like website to see it. They're like, you gotta call them to get the price of certain vehicles because they.
Yeah, I hate that.
When you see that, I'm walking away, man. Like, nope, I already know. I already know you're up to some nonsense.
Yeah. Let's see the difference. Best what games? How much does play? There we go. How much does it cost? That's all I care about. No thanks. All right. So essential is $10 a month. Extra is $14 a month, and premium is $17 a month. So yeah, premium, even though you don't get day one, is more expensive than ultimate.
No,
yeah,
I thought
barely like $1.
Wait, I thought it was $80 to $100.
You're thinking about the yearlies.
Okay. I forgot. Yes. I thought they already raised it to $80 per game.
But yeah, considering that Sony releases a first-party title like once every 6 months, I could fork out $20 once a year to play those titles on the cloud, and I would. I mean, just being honest, I'm here for the games, not for the consoles. So yeah. There you go. So here, this is from December 13th, 2023. The article I found with these prices. So if there are more recent prices than that, wow. Dreadpool, PlayStation copying the market innovator Xbox. Infill they trust.
Well,
and Jim Ryan got the boot because they don't trust him no more.
Well, that's what we asked for. we asked for them to step it up and give us more games that they want, that we're looking for. We want more competition on our side, right? But that's what we want in general. We want competition from both sides. And just like we spoke earlier at the beginning of the show, now Sony's got to step it up. Here they are stepping it up again. They have to follow. They were not leading properly. They stayed with the status quo. They did not move on from what we know is how we do it, and this is how we do it. And they were trying to keep the industry back in the archaic ways that it used to stay, and kind of go. They didn't want to grow. They wanted to grow their own way. They used their own metrics, but secretly they started using Xbox's metrics. And Xbox's metrics was active users. So we could also, I've said it before. When I was on Boom's channel, right, Mr. Boomstick XL, I'm like, how many did you buy for the PlayStation 4s? He said, what do you mean? I said, how many do you have right now? He's like, I have one. I said, how many did you buy? He's like, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, you bought the launch PlayStation 4, right? And he said, yes. I said, then you bought another one after that, right? And he goes, yeah, I bought like this one, this one, this one. I said, okay, well, how many do you still have? He's like, one. I said, but do you know that those still count as sales, where Xbox is actually counting active users? And that's where it put a perspective that their numbers are overinflated. Yes, sales, you could sell how many, and how many scalpers for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X's were there when nobody could get anything when they launched, but those sales numbers were out there. You couldn't find them anywhere because scalpers were buying them ahead of time. And then reselling it. So the sale didn't matter. But then again, when you look at it, they're pushing that this is the sale that we did. Yeah, but that doesn't count if the console's not even active. So how are you doing that? And yet again, I'm going to bring Cliffy B back. He made the mistake. He went to the higher number because he thought
marry him already. Marry Cliffy B already, Dreadpool.
Well, I'm throwing him under the bus at the same time. You know what I mean? So, but he went to the higher number he was presented with. There were so many consoles out there that was the possibility of where it's gone. And then we look at the numbers where they only had like 10%. Well, 10% out of all that is nothing compared to, let's say, 60% of lesser, right? When you have active users, I've got 2 Series X's, right? But I only play on one.
Right. Yes, I know
so
this.
What does that count? So and that's the beauty of it is I also have the PC. I can only play on one PC right now. I can't play on the other ones that we have, the laptops. Can't do any of that. I have my phone where I play Jusant on my phone through cloud. So that counts as an active user regardless of where I play. And this is something, again, that PlayStation is learning. We need to step up and modernize our strategies. And now they have to push up, and unfortunately, they're also jacking up the prices, which is not good for us because now the industry will follow suit. Because if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. That's what happened with the $60 games. Now they're $70
games. Yeah,
we're gonna. And I know we've had $100 games back in the Nintendo age. But those were one-offs. A lot of games weren't that expensive. Certain games were. You had to make the choice if you wanted to buy Secret of Mana for was it $80 to $100 depending on where you live.
But you got a big old book to go with it. Like you got the
strategy
strategy guide
more
for free.
Stuff. Right, you had more stuff to go with it. These are all digital,
like a collector's edition.
Yeah, but again, that's a choice that we had to make back then. Not every single game is $70. Now every single game is $70 for the base game. If you want the higher levels, the higher versions, you're paying $100 plus. I mean, granted, I got a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Collector's Edition box, $80 for that baby. I paid $9.
Nice.
So
nice. Yeah, every now and again you can find them. Yeah. So Jesse Darby here makes a good point. PlayStation 8 sold PlayStation 5 sold 50 million consoles. What they do is they pad the numbers with their VR and now the Portal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're
50
counting the
million what?
Portal.
I think VR numbers were like 2 million, and the Portal sold out everywhere, probably 1 million there. So, I mean, when they say 50 million consoles, they don't really mean consoles. They mean 50 million
devices,
PlayStation products, I guess.
Question: I don't know if I heard correctly, Dreadpool. A person that buys a physical game and a friend asks the person, "Let me borrow that God of War." Is that considered a sale or is it user? I'm talking about physical.
That would be a user.
See, okay.
Because a sale
but they still had to have the PlayStation to borrow it.
Yeah, but that would be a user.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm with Dreadpool on that one because
you only bought the game once.
Yep. And the person didn't. Yep.
There's only been purchased once, right? So that's where even Xbox with Play Anywhere, the game has only been purchased once. Okay. After that, if I play it on PC or I play it on Xbox or I play it on my phone or I play it, I stream it on my Xbox because it's a XS title and I'm on the one. Mind you, I played Forza Motorsport that way, and it was very, very close to precise. And it looked good too still. Okay. But again, it's still only one sale of the game. Then on top of that, Tiny Giant or Death Dealer could also play. It still only counts as one sale. However, as an active user of the game, it shows that you had 3 different people playing this game.
Yep.
Okay, so when you play it through Game Pass, that counts as a game that's been played through Game Pass. But if I were to purchase it, it doesn't count in that part of it because it's not part of Game Pass. It's a purchased game. So that number is different. So you have to remember these metrics are all by Excel. You can manipulate Excel. They could include the purchase game and how many people played it into Game Pass and say, this is how many people have played this game. Right? So even though I don't have Game Pass, but I purchased it and the 3 members in my family have played it, they can include that number into how many people have played
That's one game.
Then you have, okay, so that's why Excel also changes how the metrics look. So depending on how you operate Excel, leaving certain equations out or adding certain equations in can inflate or deflate certain numbers and give you certain different metrics depending on what you're looking at. Okay. Sony does the same thing. Deceptive practices is what I've always said about what they do. And this is what the console sales part of it does. Again, we don't know the exact information they give to the developers. We know what they know to themselves is kept to themselves and how they manipulate it. Now, what we go off is what has been announced to us. So we can only go off of that.
Exactly.
I agree.
Because I know so much of this background, this is why I speak on it to remind everybody not everything is 100% how we know it. We just have opinions and ideas and understanding from our experiences in life and what we see ahead of us.
Yeah,
I agree with Dreadpool.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Crispy Ramble says 50 million units could mean consoles, portals, controllers, PlayStation sneakers, VR, 80s Walkmans, etc. Who knows what else Sony is counting as consoles? Shout out to Crispy Ramble. That was so funny.
Even the Sony card that they have.
Yeah. Maybe they're counting PlayStation app downloads. Who knows? Oh man. And Ubisoft, and shout out to Acute Perspective. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says Ubisoft just announced they're now investigating a data breach. Yeah, that was 2 days ago. They claimed they stopped it, but now they're thinking that they still got something.
See, here's the thing. What you were talking about earlier, I want to bring it up. I'm going to backtrack a little bit on you. Sorry. But these phishing scams and the way that they break in, it's not like you see on TV. It's usually phishing is because a lot of the emails, I get a lot of emails, even with my company, where it looks like it's from inside the company, and it's not. And my company actually sends us fake emails to keep us on our toes, to make sure that we do not accidentally click on something we're not supposed to. So we have a reporting system that we report in, and then we're like, what the heck is this? Report, and then they would send us back, hey, congratulations, thank you for being observant and reporting stuff like this. This was a fake one, obviously, but keep vigilant on paying attention on what it is. And we've actually had it happen. We had somebody in another country click on it, and our company got hacked. The extent of it is still unknown. We don't know exactly how much they got, but they shut us all down, everything. They even made us change our passwords. So now we have to write, not only did we have to write a poem before, now we have to write a novel for our password. Okay.
Don't forget your social security number too.
Right. Which had nothing to do with somebody hacking us. It was an email. So that's why it's important when you guys are on your phones, when you're looking and stuff like that. This is why a lot of YouTubers get caught up on things. They think it's from somebody that they know. Click. Linus Tech Tips, same thing. They thought it was from a company that they did business with. They clicked on it and they got hacked. So it can happen everywhere and anywhere. And and again, we're all tech companies, but we all have humans behind the wheel here. So unfortunately, the system isn't fast enough to catch a lot of this stuff, but we let them in. We're the ones that let the stuff in. So it's just a lot of ignorant people that do not pay enough attention to what they should be paying attention to.
So that means when Splendiferous and chats, we got to be careful. He might be fishing too. We might get hacked.
He's always fishing.
ADM, thank you so much for joining us. You're the real MVP. Says Sony and Nintendo are literally the worst companies in gaming with their forced exclusives and $70 disc. I'll stick to Xbox PC till forever. Yeah,
see, but that's what you want. You want that competition from Xbox,
yeah,
which forces them to rethink their strategy, which is what we see here.
The thing is, will they do it since they don't have that money and infrastructure? That's a problem right there.
Well, that's where they're behind Microsoft. They got to catch up. They got to find a way to catch up. Death Dealer M85, shout out to her. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. She says $70 a game for the more popular titles. Oh, she told you, Dread, $70. That's your limit.
Watch what we say now.
And shout out to Crispy Ramble. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here for as long as you were. Best of luck and happy holidays to you. Let's see. I don't remember if they said it in the spring there, Sir X-Men. I don't keep up with it. And shout out to Ice Queen Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. She says, hey, what's going on?
Ice Queen.
Remake Station 5 joins us. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, look up stuffing the channel. By the way, Merry Christmas. I don't know if I want to look up stuffing the channel. Thanks, though. Shout out to Remake Station 5. You are the real MVP. Let's see. And Dan the Man Cunningham, it's the same thing with the packing games. Yeah, that's right. They claim to have sold 10 million 6 million copies of Spider-Man, but most of those were console packings. And you know what? I'm guilty of buying games with my console too, and I wish more companies did. It doesn't bother me that they count a game sold if it's sold with the console, because I got God of War Ragnarok with my PlayStation 5. When I bought my Xbox One, it came with Assassin's Creed Unity and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And so, yeah, I love getting games with my console purchases. So I don't see that as a bad thing at all. At all. Let's see. I have PS Plus Essential and just paid for another year, so I have it until 2025. Wow. Let's see. Remake Station. They're counting console sold to retailers. It's not a console sold, but Sony counts that. Yeah, I mean, in my business, we call it FOB our dock. In other words, it left our dock. If 50 million pieces of what we make left our dock, that's how many we've sold. Because we don't make unsold things. We don't hold inventory.
But technically, you're correct. If you sell it, it's gone. It's as soon as it leaves your dock, it's gone. That's the funny part.
That's just normal.
Sony and Microsoft do the same thing. When it leaves their dock and it goes to the warehouses of the distributors, that's no longer in their possession. Okay, so technically,
it's not like car dealerships where they track the dealerships, right?
Right.
This is just regular retail. FOB the dock.
Yep.
Yeah. So Dan the Man Cunningham says, I do miss the 80 Walkmans. Man, I wanted one so bad. I was too poor. Yes. Let's see. Shout out to Boogeyman. Sony sales department. He spoke about PlayStation. Chalk up another sale. That's funny. Let's see. Kind of like Sony, adding PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now to pad their subscriber numbers. Yeah, but I mean, Xbox did the same thing. Xbox Live is no longer a metric. It's now Xbox Game Pass Core. So I mean, as Dreadpool said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right?
Yes,
that's right. And when Xbox did that, guess who had more active users again? Xbox.
Exactly.
By a wide margin, by the way.
That's why you finagle certain things and you get your different outcomes.
Shout out to Death Dealer. And that's why Grandma J has to be supervised when online. She's a clicker.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yes, that one. That grandma. Whew.
Yes.
Every
Shout out
single
to Grandma
time.
J. One sign of a fake email is that the context of the email makes it sound super urgent. Yeah, no, I never click it.
No, we've had some that look like a regular setup that it looks like another email coming in from corporate, and it's not. I always tell the guys that I work with, go into the header and see who it is from. Never trust anything that's in the subject. Never trust anything that's in the rest of the email. Always look and see who it's from, because if it's not at your company, you know what I mean, at yourcompany.com, then it's definitely not it. Because if you see it's outside of it, then don't even worry about it. So just don't even open it.
Or they'll have a misspelling. There's always a misspelling.
There's usually a misspelling, but the ones that we've been getting in my corporate sector, there's no misspellings, because I used to say that too. These are more legit hackers, not.
I always look at the domain that it comes from, and I will block the entire domain.
Right.
Like, that's just what I do. Anyways, let's see. I still don't pay for games at $70. I wait for sales. There's only one game I would pay full price for. Gears. There you go. Everybody has one. Shout out to Boogeyman. Also, Sony sales department. There's a PlayStation podcast with 1,000 viewers on it. Damn, chalk up another 1,000 Xbox sales. Yeah. Chalk it up. All right. So yeah. So PlayStation console sales are not enough. They are behind the 8 ball. They're going to copy the Phil Spencer formula. That's another document that came from the amazing leaks from PlayStation. Yes, this is my PlayStation leak image. This is there's a live view, everybody, of security at PlayStation. I'm just saying.
Read the next one.
All right, here we go. Treat them emails like farts. Don't trust anybody. There you go. Don't trust anybody. If you smelt it, you dealt it. That's all I got to say. So our last topic that we're going to talk about on the leaks is the prices. We've been talking a lot about prices already, but the market leader is entertaining raising prices to $100 for a AAA game experience that they say is worth it, because they're while they're doing the sales, the revenue isn't matching, after expenses. They're talking many strategies, raising game prices up to $100. They're talking about selling the games in parts for $50 a part. So you could get, Spider-Man 2 Chapter 1, Spider-Man 2 Chapter 2. Now, this wouldn't bother me if they did it like Final Fantasy 7, where, the game is just so big they needed to split it up into parts. But it would bother me if, like, it went from a 20-hour campaign to a 10-hour campaign. And at that, that 10 of those 20 hours is cutscenes anyway. So I do have issues. I I was not in agreement with the $70 price hike. Hence why Xbox Game Pass is the best deal in gaming, because it just keeps that price down. And so if you're going to raise the price up, I think you're going in the wrong direction. Not only are they raising the price up, but they're making the game shorter. So, this is like the can of food that you used to buy being more expensive and the can being smaller at the same time. It is a lot less bang for your buck. I don't agree with it. I definitely think that, sticking to that traditional model of releasing only on PlayStation has led them to say ridiculous things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're crazy. I would sooner stop being a PlayStation gamer than pay $100 for a $20 game or for a 20-hour game. Just not happening. And I'm not saying that PlayStation games are all 20 hours. I'm just saying that that's what they're talking about. $50 for the first half, $50 for the second half. I mean, I just think that's a bunch of crap. That is the Telltale Games model, where they were releasing like The Walking Dead in 5 different parts, and every one of them, and look what happened to them. I don't think it's a good strategy overall. I don't think it's going to save them. So, yeah, it's not good. And yeah, Doggy Dog, it's definitely, as you say here, Doggy Dog, $50 a piece for 3 parts, $150 a game. Get the F out of here, Sony. Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, Splendiferous. Shaddai has the same security system. Oh my god. I can't vote on that because I won't pay that price for a game unless it's Gears. Hey, you know what? It's okay. I don't like that scale. Should be an under $70. If you're gonna say under $70, just let me know in the chat. I pay $59.99. That's what I pay. Sorry. I did some research and Sony made more money when games were $60 than when they were at $70. Yeah, and it's because their expenses have gone up. Inflation does that. The game complainers, GameStop can't afford to carry $100 games. Yeah, they'll go under for sure. Splendifer says, my Deathy Wethy is here. How'd I miss that? Let's see. I'm not prepared to pay any of the prices listed on the poll. €35 is all I pay. Yeah. I'm not paying for video games like buying a book chapter by chapter piecemeal type crap and having to buy the next chapter to finish it. Yeah, exactly. For a while, grocery stores, Target, and Walmart were getting hacked when people swiped their debit cards. Yeah, that happened too. Yeah. I agree with it. The Sony guys should pay $100 or more for games. They support the devs. They suck down whatever Sony tells them. Damn. There you go. So yeah. So they're potentially raising the price of the game. So PlayStation Plus is copying the Microsoft formula and has raised their prices, and now they're talking about a second price hike. Now remember, the market leader, they are the market establisher, and they established that $70 mark. Terry, are you ready to pay $80, $90, or $100 for a game?
Not really. No, it's going to depend on the game. I feel like we all have like that specific game or games that we would, there's no limit for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for the most part, no. I think that's obscene to be spending that kind of money. The thing is, people will pay it. That's the thing. Gamers want games, and if that became the standard, we'd pay it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like when I was a young broke gamer, I only got a PC and I pirated 90% of what I played, just because I couldn't afford it. Now there's other ways around it. There's Game Pass and all that stuff, which is great. But if subscription services go through the roof and game prices are through the roof, I can see a large influx of pirating happening. Because, with digital, it's all ones and zeros. Games are digital content. People are going to find ways to make that digital content available to them at a, if not an affordable price point, then at a price point that is technically free. Technically. So we'll see what happens. with any of that. I think they're walking a very dangerous line here. If they do $100 games, do you think we would see a big? If the industry goes to $100 games, do you think we'll see a big influx of piracy coming back?
Probably for PC, but it's kind of harder to do that for console.
Oh, you don't know us.
You know.
You know, how many of you had that SD card in your Nintendo Switch that gave you like or not Nintendo Switch, in your Nintendo DS that gave you access to all the DS games? You know, a lot of people find ways, and that's the thing with the internet. People find ways. Gamers are going to game, whether you want them to game at $50 or $100. Now, these days, I think it's a little bit more difficult as games are always connected online, and they can check the code, you know, like, oh, there's a piracy code or whatever, right? But, you know, I remember going through many different downloads of the same game until one worked. Just saying. And, you know, it's not like Sony has live service games, so if people are going to be hacking live service games from Sony, you know, there are these single player, narratively driven experiences that don't need to be connected online. Someone can fake the connection online on the computer. They can fake the check-in. I mean, there are ways. I'm not condoning any of it. I'm just saying that this could lead to it. You know, you start making your product unaffordable, people are going to move on. Now, if you make your product unaffordable while at the same time having an affordable game service with day and date, like Xbox does, it might not be super effective, you know, but it might be more effective to get people to subscribe. But $100 games, no way. Games and parts for $50 each, no way. No way. Eternal Shaddai, $100 games.
Oh, I give you the answer. Easy. They spend a lot of money on the FTC crap. They lay off people. They got they're still fighting on that Microsoft thing. And how are they gonna get their money back? They're still spending more money after all those layoffs. So of course they're gonna say $80 to $100. They have to regain it back somehow. The games is not enough. Now that they're trying to spread all over the place, am I gonna pay $80 or $100? No. I said it. I think I said it a long time ago. What's the point of raising it? They could say, yeah, the amount of work. I understand that every work that we have. I don't care if you're a stocker from doing stocking at Walmart or Burger King, whatever. We are working anyways. What I'm trying to say is that it's a cyberpunk effect. What I'm trying to say is that we pay more and then we're going to get a cyberpunk product all broken and all that. We got to wait for 6 months. And no, that's why I always say raising it to $70 it was a bad idea anyways. I know not. I can't remember, but in one of the interview that it was Michael Pachter, somebody said about the $70, and in his opinion was that supposedly in the gaming industry that was supposed to be raised a long time ago. The company decided not to.
Wow.
So I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean that they're far behind? They make money no matter what.
Yeah, but no, I mean,
no. So we could have, sorry to say it like that, a Redfall, a Cyberpunk, I don't care what game you're trying to name. Are we still Assassin's Creed Unity? I gotta use Ubisoft anyways, but 70, it's $80, $100, so we could have a broken game. No.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I pay $100 for a broken game, I'm gonna be pissed.
But that's what I'm saying. The problem is that we don't know. We're doing a guessing game now. We at the end of the day, we have to spend to see if that game is actually broken or not. That's the bet part right there. The bet part about it. And remember, Sony is the one who started at that $70 with what is it? NBA.
Yeah.
So So
No,
if
that was
they're gonna do
2K. 2K did that.
Yeah, 2K. So that means if
Yeah.
they raise it $80, that means the rest of them are gonna follow. Like you, Axel, you said it. Oh no, I mean, Cool Cat Terry said it. People are still gonna buy it, so that means they're gonna follow also. Oh, that's a bad. That's bad. That's really really bad.
Shaddai pony and did he pull a pony move and bring up Redfall? Shaddai, yeah.
Who's that?
So guys, this is a chart
Damn it,
courtesy
Splenda.
of oh geez, where did I get this chart from? I just had it. Courtesy of digitalinformationworld.com. So this chart shows where the money has been going in gaming. Here's the crash of 1983. So console gaming in 2016 accounted for 33 billion of the 165 billion gaming market. PC gaming accounted for 40 billion. And then mobile gaming accounted for the lion's share, 85 billion. And you have
that means
handhelds. This is pre-Nintendo Switch, cloud, VR, all that. They're basically so small they don't matter back then. I'd really love to see this chart updated. But I mean, console is the smallest market here on this chart.
Yeah, but it's only 7 billion apart, so it's not that far away.
That's in 2016. I'm sure that gap has widened.
Okay, I must
and so, the truth of the matter is games are getting more expensive to make and people are trying to make more money. But, Sony is trying to keep this little chunk here as big as possible because they just now started going into PC. They haven't even gone into mobile yet. So, whereas Microsoft is attacking all of them all at the same time, Sony's like taking little chunk bites out of it. And they're like, so we can keep this little chunk of ours where we rule as big as possible, $100 games. Yeah, no, sorry. It's not happening for me. I'd rather get more into these two if you raise your price to an unsustainable level down here. Just saying. Dreadpool, $100 games.
Is it Mandalorian?
Collector's edition? Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Now that she's here.
Oh boy.
No, everything I do, Game Pass is like the way to go to save money. Anything that's not in Game Pass, I usually wait for a sale. And right now is a good time if you're on the Xbox side. Xbox got these huge sales. Black Friday sucked this year for everything.
Yep.
But right now, after Black Friday, all these sales are coming out for video games. So
yeah, the new consoles are now.
So they want
people to buy those things.
Yeah, now's a good time to go shopping. Get your digital games, get your digital codes. Let's see. There's a lot of games that typically Wolfenstein is one of them that was duly noted that the day after, was it right? They launched a month before, and then that was known to wait a month, maybe two, and then Black Friday it drops at its lowest price ever. Obviously nobody's done that this year, and save as much money as you can. That way you can buy more games. So look at it as a 2-for-1. If you can buy a game for $20-$30, there you go. It's a 2-for-1. If you can get it even cheaper, it's even more. Steam has even better sales. They have a lot more sales going on. So if you're looking on the PC side, definitely check out Steam. You're going to get lost with how many games are on sale, and you're talking about a couple bucks, $2 to $3 for a lot of games. A few other ones are still good. Big names are $5 and under, and you can't beat that.
Absolutely. So you would pay $100 for a game, unless it's the Mandalorian.
Unless it's the Mandalorian, yeah. It's only because of what we talked about earlier before Death Dealer came in here to listen to anything I'm saying. So, yeah.
Well, all right. Well, let's check it with the chat. Let's see. Let's see. I have no idea what you and Death Dealer are talking about. Ex-husbands.
I'm looking at Splendiferous. He says, "Oh, Deathy Wethy is here." So he's got a nickname for her.
Yes, Detty Wetty. So there you go. Let me bring back my Cheeto. There we go. PlayStation hacks. So let's see. So Death Dealer brings up a good point. Prices of games didn't bother me when I wasn't the adult paying for them. Now that I'm paying, it's a bit much. Yeah, I feel your pain sometimes. I feel your pain. I wait for a lot of good deals. I wait for a lot of good deals. Remake Station 5 says, I know people who own PS5s. None played Spider-Man 2 or Final Fantasy 16. Nobody cares and are happy with the same stuff like 2K, COD, Minecraft. Yeah, hey. People buy consoles for different reasons. They don't all have to be first party. Whatever makes them happy as gamers, I'm happy for. But, a lot of people just play where their friends play where they're used to. Let's see. Yeah, that's the question. These games are $70 now. When are they going to come out with buggy messes? And then a lot of people, we were thinking that they can bring it up to $100. There won't be microtransactions. Yeah. That's the thing. It's not only $70 games, but it's microtransaction heavy games.
Mm-hmm.
Sony's looking for that live service game, but until they get it, they're trying to pad it up with that $100 game, and I don't agree with it. Not in the slightest at all.
And you look at Fortnite being a free game.
Yeah.
It's been able to bankroll all of Epic.
Yeah.
So I'm not paying more than $70 per game, and at that, I'm not buying a lot of $70 games. I think I can count, and let me think. What game did I pay $70 for this year? Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I guess technically Starfield because I bought the collector's edition, so $70 plus all the stuff. Sorry, Tears of the Kingdom. That's it. 2 games that I paid full price for. So even $70 still stings to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what I think. Terry, what does the chat think?
All right. 75% are willing to spend $70. 12% are willing to spend up to $100.
What? That's the number 2 spot.
It's a number 2 spot.
What the heck?
I told you, man. Gamers want their games. Yeah, we complain a lot. We do all the things we complain about.
I think that's part. I think that's part of being fishing. They're fishing that 100.
Look, games have been around the $70 mark since like the 90s for certain games. So I mean, the price has pretty much been standard.
But that's the standard now. That's the low. That's
you
the
know
low
what I mean?
Point now. Like even indie games at $40, I have issues buying indie games for $40 that are indie. Just being honest. No offense to some indie games, they have been fantastic. But for the amount of time that I got out for my $40, I feel like I could have been spent better.
Mm-hmm. And then an even 6% between $80 and $90.
Yeah. So there you go. Looks like I'm going to be a Game Pass subscriber for life, as these games are crazy. 12% at $100. What the hell, guys? Dreadpool, were you a $100 voter?
No, I voted for 70 only because I couldn't vote for less than 70.
All right. But yeah, that is what we're going to cover from the Insomniac hacks, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't see the Mandalorian on there, so I couldn't vote for 100.
Right. Let's see. Split Difference brings up a good point. $70 is why games have not done well this gen. Yeah, I agree. And I agree with X-Man. I hate that games come out with a bunch of bugs. If it takes 3 to 5 years to make, there should be no bugs.
Mm-hmm.
If your game gets delayed, I expect that delay is to handle bugs, not to finish the game. Yeah. Split Difference. He didn't give us much of an option with that poll. You had $70 over $100. I mean, come on, guys. Shout out to the King. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, amazing people here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Axel, you forgot how expensive games were in the 90s and the 80s. We're talking one-offs, man. Those are like collector's editions. Again, the standard game price in the 90s.
No, there were standard games for Nintendo that were literally $70 to $80
yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
There were.
We've seen the toy ads and all that.
The difference is the difference is Death Dealer nailed it on the head. We don't recognize those prices because we were kids. We didn't pay that price. Our parents did.
I know.
So now that we're paying it, now all of a sudden we notice the prices and we're complaining about it. But the prices have been pretty much standard our entire life.
Pretty much our parents is like,
Well, that's why we used to get 1 to 2 games a year, birthday and Christmas. And that's the other thing is when you think about it, we already talked about this at the beginning of the show too, with the prices, Sir X-Men. But yeah, we don't realize when we were younger, but there was also a variety of prices.
Yes.
So it wasn't everything was a minimum $70. There was a variety of prices.
So first party Nintendo was at $60.
Yes.
It looks like.
Star Wars 69.
$69.99. Good God.
So literally
$74.99 for Doom 60 for that crap.
Yeah. So literally the prices have been pretty much the same our entire gaming life. There was a small point, I think, for the early PlayStations where they took a dip where they started trying to make things a little cheaper, but then they went right back up to the 60.
Okay, but look at the CD-based games, right? They were so much cheaper. Like,
well, that's what made
it
it
expensive,
cheaper.
Right?
That's why Switch games are still expensive.
Yeah. So you got Die Hard, which is an amazing game, $54.99. You got Need for Speed 2 at $49.99. Yeah, I can see that. And I had a 64, so yeah, I was paying these prices. So,
but that's why PlayStation was doing better, because the fact that the console,
they were the best deal back in the day,
and they had better deals for the games. So most people were like, all right, right here, prime example, you can buy either console for the same price, and then you look at the prices for the games. It made more sense. We're saving money on games, and that's the industry that they were competitive back then. Now they're trying to run the show, not the game, but the business.
Oh yeah, and I back then and during this era, Nintendo was running the show, and look at their prices.
Right.
Yeah, and now PlayStation is #1 for gamers, and they're running the price. It's just, it's the same thing.
Remember, they're being sued by France, so there you go.
They're being sued by France.
Yeah, by France.
Viva la revolution.
Yeah. Go play croissant.
Hold on. Let me look at this. GameStop. I don't know. Black Friday ad. Let me look at it.
Didn't Toys R Us during the holiday season? Didn't they do a lot of crazy deals, like buy one get ones and stuff? I can't remember.
Well, I know that GameStop had games they had brand new games 90% off. I bought some for $10, $5. So they had a pretty good deal.
Because I know Target does that, where it's buy one get one half.
Target used to do the buy two get one free.
Yeah, now it's buy one get one half, I think.
Same difference.
Yeah, it was like that. Let's see. I'm trying to see if GameStop will show me their prices. They won't. Okay. It's not in a nice, beautiful ad format like this that
remember,
I can present. I have to scroll the website, and I'm not going to do that. All right, so let's check it with the chat here. Sony raised prices right in the middle of an economic crisis. They couldn't care less. Agreed. I would have chose $25 if it was in the poll. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. Splendiferous. Oh, Dread, she made you eat them words. Terry says Deathy Wethy was right.
Chip differous now.
Shout out to Jesse W. Thank you, you 12%ers. I hope Phil ain't watching. Yeah. Sappho says Nintendo got sued for price fixing. I remember. Let's see. I have to sell my Christmas sweater to get a new video game. Wow. Yeah, Remake Station. Yeah, $75 for Doom. That's some crap. This is a 1996, 1997 ad. So yeah,
we bought them.
Yeah, 1997 NBA game. Yeah. Let's see. That was 25 years ago. Jeebus, yeah.
Yeah, the prices have been pretty much the same.
Yeah, the problem is that there were a lot of less games coming out for that high price than there are now. That's why these high prices seem expensive. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the thing about gaming back then was that there was a variety of physical games at different prices, And now you have a variety of games digitally, through indies and stuff. But back then, you could get like licensed games for cheap. Now, if it's a licensed game, you're paying up the wazoo.
But you're looking on the Nintendo side with 4 different price points, right? And then you're looking on the PlayStation side with
also 4 different price points.
Three price points, which again, between the two, you have 7 different price points to compete with. You know what I mean? So depending on which one you had, and if you're lucky enough to have both, you had a choice on which way you wanted to go.
Oh, that brings up a good point. We didn't have to buy extras after we bought that game. You're dang tooting.
Yeah.
You're darn tooting. There was no paying for Xbox Live or PlayStation Network or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, guys, so increased prices is bad. I don't like it. I don't like that the market leader is trying to establish it. If that's the case, I'm going to game the cheapest way possible, whatever that way is, because that's just how I am. And that if that means I don't play games for 10 years until they go on sale, you don't know my patience, guys, to play a game. I will buy a 10-year-old game. Wait on it for that long.
You wouldn't wait 10 years for Starfield.
No. Halo is special. I mean, I have probably spent more money on Halo merchandise than I have on the game. So
Terry's favorite game.
That's right. And Dreadpool has probably spent more money on Star Wars than he has on his wife's anniversary present. Oh. Not helping your case at all, Dreadpool. I'm sorry. That's a lie, Death Dealer. He spoils you more than he spoils himself.
Hey, Death, I'm going to be going to Texas for a little bit. I'll be right back.
I'm taking a New Year's resolution. I'm going to go to Texas to do my New Year's resolution.
That's why you turned it off. I'll be back.
I wish I could have the door open right now, because that would be so funny.
That would be funny. Just the door like kick open. That'd be so funny. Anyways, guys,
we should
it is
do that one
Christmas
day.
Eve. Hopefully, for those of you get everything on your wish list, or you've gotten your loved ones everything on their wish list, gaming related, that is. From us here at Good Morning Xbox with the Iconic Video Games channel, we want to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. And I am going to open the floor here to you guys if you want to do any holiday greetings. But first off, I am available to do a show on New Year's Eve as well, if you guys are.
Works for me.
All right. See you guys next week then. But first, opening it up to the floor if you guys want to say any Merry Christmas wishes to anybody.
Merry Christmas. Let's go Buffalo.
I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And then obviously, if we don't see you New Year's, we'll be here for New Year's Eve. So Happy New Year's for those that don't show up because you're busy doing whatever. And of course, my DMs are always open if you need to just have somebody listen to you. I'm not a professional, but at least, I'll be an ear. Otherwise, dial 988 if you have any situation you need to talk about with a professional.
Yeah.
So
agreed. Terry.
All right. Yeah. I hope everybody has a fantastic holiday season. Have fun. Stay safe. And see you on the next one. I'm going to keep mine short.
And with all that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm Axel1324.
I'm coolcatterri.
I'm the Bearded Wonder, Dreadpool.
And I'm the Buffalo Bills Eternal Shaddai.
We'll catch you